Top Gun music, it sounds like.
Welcome. Monday, May 12th. We got that right. And it's the day after Mother's Day. Hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day. Give a big shout out to all the mothers out there in the 239. Listen, we got a great show today. We got the one and only DJ Jimmie Espo, and we got real estate professional Julia Gray in the house. And of course, we have the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, and we got DJ with us now. DJ, we gotta go. Here we are. Hey, Pat.
Morning.
How was your weekend? Mother have
amazing.
I love your mom, so I'm sure she had a great one, and everybody had a good one. I know we did. My mom.
Yeah. What'd you get your mom?
Actually, she called me. She goes, "This is what I want." She sent me this thing. It's like an outdoor flower light thing, and because I think she's probably tired of the flowers. And maybe not tired.
No, my mom is. She didn't want flowers. Like, she was adamant that she did not want flowers.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice, but they do die after a couple of days.
Yeah.
Who got flowers out there? We got some people. A bunch of people jumping on this morning, early morning. It's Monday. We are on Facebook, so I think we got that.
Facebook, YouTube.
239live.com. 239 Live. Jimmy, welcome to the studio, buddy.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everybody.
The legendary DJ Jimmie Espo.
I don't know what those legends say, but we'll have to check that later.
The sharpest DJ going.
Yeah, he's rolling. He's rolling large too. The AMG rolling up in here.
DJ business is good.
DJ business is good. That I have nothing else to say. I'm very blessed to be able to do that for a living.
Yeah. Talk about that. How one becomes a DJ and obviously makes a career and a successful career and living out of it.
Oh man, yeah. So I started playing music because of my dad. My dad was a big music person, and we were big part of our church back in Boston where I grew up, and the church would always have church parties, and they had like these old guys who would be like playing the music, and I thought it was something like, hey, I could do this.
Yeah.
And I started playing music for all the old ladies at the church parties.
What type of music you play at the church for old ladies?
It was 50s and 60s, and that's what I grew up on with my dad. So
really?
That's what I was able to learn that older music at a young age, and it all came spiraled from there. It was just something that was really fun. It wasn't my career. I was a computer engineer. Had a pretty good career doing things like that.
Okay.
And, but the DJ thing took off as I got older. It kind of got more popular. My name got more popular in the Boston area, and finally it was like, okay, this is something I can do. Something that actually I might be able to do. And this might actually work.
Yeah. I mean, bills.
To be able to do something that you enjoy.
Amazing,
isn't it? You guys,
I've just been blessed to do that recently. It's amazing. Some of your influences in your DJ career.
I have one person that I always say. And, he's in heaven now watching over, but his name is John DeMille.
Okay.
And he was just an old timer DJ from the Boston area who kind of saw me one day at a party and was like, "You have it." And I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to play music, meet some girls. Like, I don't know anything you're talking about at all.
Right.
But he stuck me in these older crowd bars around the Boston area, which is what gave me an even more well-rounded music knowledge, and just gave me my chance. I was 16 years old playing for all of these old divorcees in these Thursday, Friday night parties. And it's what started my name getting out there in that area, and kind of really is what kicked off my career.
Okay. A lot of weddings?
I mostly do weddings. So my business is about 90% weddings.
90% weddings.
Yeah. I know most DJs go for that nightclub, girls, drinking, party type of get their name, be big.
Who would do that?
I know, it's crazy. I mean, and I was like, I'm more interested in how this becomes a business and how it's a career. And most DJs are super passionate about their music and all of their favorite artists. And I'm like, I like the business aspect of it. So that's always been my main focus of it, is trying to create a business out of it. You know, I love what I do, but it's about how the business can grow and how I can create something that's all my own, create a brand. And that's where I was, and moved here 4 years ago.
4 years?
4 years next week.
So,
4 years next week.
So COVID kind of took
COVID was the kicker.
Yeah.
I did a wedding down here at the Ritz about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Destination wedding for this wonderful couple who was from the Boston area. Fell in love with this town. Everything about it, the people, the food scene, just like obviously the weather, and the town is so clean and so beautiful. But I after COVID, I was like, I need to get the heck out of here. I can't stand Boston. This is the only place I would go. Had no plan, definitely nothing lined up. My business is all in Boston. Yeah. And I said, that's it. We're moving. And we just packed up. We came down here for like a couple days just to kind of check it out. Sitting at Ocean Prime like everybody else does. Like, where else do you go? At the bar there. And heard a Boston accent. Ended up being a real estate agent who used to live in Boston. We kicked it off. And 2 months later, he found me a house.
Nice.
And that was the end of that.
And you're the official DJ for City Lifestyle, Naples City Lifestyle,
It's been a great ride.
That's a pretty amazing gig.
Greg Dodge is like such a cool
Love
dude.
Greg Dodge.
Yeah.
Lauren
absolutely.
Rossi.
Super smart people.
Yeah.
Got a real good thing going here.
Really, it seems like it's just growing and growing.
Yeah. I'm part of a magazine, a similar thing up in Boston. That's called Boston Man Magazine. And that's something that's really helped as well with my brand. And as soon as I met Greg and we got some visitors here, which is pretty dope.
No, real quick. I promised you a coffee from 239 Nutrition.
This is amazing.
Just hop on. I know you got to go, Pablo, but just.
Hey, man, how are you? This is awesome.
Pablo, good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Pablo's living his best life. I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this one is an energy tea. It's sugar-free.
You
jump over
you
real
can have
quick.
whichever one you want, but I know you wanted a coffee.
Yeah, I'll do coffee. I love it.
Just so we can hear it.
That one's going to be only 1 gram of sugar. We're going to have 15
That's good
grams
because
of protein.
I can't keep up with these guys down here and do any sugar, so I gotta stay away from that stuff.
How you guys been? All good?
Good. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you, Pablo.
239 Nutrition.
You already know.
Go ahead again. 7 to 2, Monday through Friday. 239 Nutrition,
Yes,
the
sir.
best, healthiest,
Thank you so
cleanest.
much, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Pablo.
you,
You're
Pablo.
the man.
Salud, Pablo.
Hey, you
Thank
can get it delivered here at the studio. Yeah, that's
If I knew that, I would have been here earlier.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good, right? Yeah, so go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah,
I'm
City
sorry.
Lifestyle. We were talking about Greg and the crew there. I have a similar relationship with the magazine up in Boston. And when I attended one of Greg's events, I said, this is something I want to be part of.
Pretty cool events.
Pretty cool events. Great idea. Again, it's all about the community itself, which is like a big thing for me is, moving to a brand new place. I want to be part of the community. I want to, meet the right people, but I also want to, kind of integrate myself into like, how can I give back, do some cool charity stuff. And Greg's been great, is really helping me.
Absolutely.
Not just create my brand here, but also like meet amazing people, get involved in the community itself, and really just start to be part of, because I've only lived in Boston. I never moved. I've only lived in one place my whole entire life. So I don't even know how to
Celtics, Patriots. I'm from Maine, so.
That's good. Yeah, we're good.
I mean, I used to get out of Boston and get in trouble. That's it.
That's a whole
I
nother
love Boston.
podcast,
I love Boston, yeah.
But it's been great. He's been instrumental in helping me kind of like navigate meeting new people here, because it's harder when you're older, like making new friends and meeting new people. It's not like when you're kids, you meet in the schoolyard, you throw some basketballs around, everybody's
What do you mean? You're like 29, aren't you?
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. Oof.
Coolest spot, not to put you on the spot, no pun intended,
None.
that you've played in Naples, and then maybe just in general, a wedding venue, something that sticks out, like, wow, that was a really cool place to be able to DJ at.
I'll kind of flip it over and say coolest event.
Coolest event.
And that's going to be our the Boston Fashion Ball that we host every year.
Okay.
This year will be year 3. It's held in December. Boston's not exactly known for a fashion capital of the country at all.
No.
But we host the only truly national fashion show in all of Boston. It's held every year. It's hosted by Boston Man Magazine, which is the magazine back in Boston, and benefits an amazing charity, of course. And it's just something to be seen, you know, but hundreds of people, you're on stage welcoming and hosting something, and everyone's staring at you. And it's one of the most amazing parts of the job is to be able to capture a crowd and be able to deliver smiles and happiness and just be able to have that impact on people. It's one of the coolest things I do.
And you always look cool back there. You got it down. No, well, you put on a good one because always looks cool, calm, collective back there. He does.
Good morning, Corey. And I know your mom was on too. Good morning,
Mom.
Always good to have you.
And talk about tomorrow's event in Naples City Lifestyle.
Tomorrow we'll be at the new Estia in the Vanderbilt Shops, which is a super dope Greek restaurant that we love new stuff here.
Yeah,
and we're gonna do our our standard monthly get together. It should be really fun. The space definitely lends itself into maybe more than networking, maybe a little bit of a party towards the end. So definitely come to have some fun if you're joining us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. We went to the ribbon cutting about 2 weeks ago after the Naples City Lifestyle event, and it was amazing the turnout that they had and the people. It was amazing. So I'm sure this one for the Naples City Lifestyle is going to be tremendous.
It should be a really, really good one. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and so it's a big venue too, so it holds a lot of people, a lot of room to network, and that's what these Naples City Lifestyle events are. They're a lot of fun, but I can't tell you the business connections for myself and people I've brought in and networks that they've developed. So it's a good time, but definitely great for business networking.
Absolutely, I've met some of the coolest people at these events, and continue to do that, and also be able to just kind of showcase like, hey, this is what I do. There's 1,000,001 people who play music or DJs around here, and all of Southwest Florida.
More realtors or DJs in Naples?
Oh, there's way more realtors.
DJs. Well, good DJs too, by the way. It's hard to find a good DJ. It's hard to find a good DJ. Yeah. No doubt.
But it's cool. I get to be able to kind of showcase just a little bit about why it's different and why, bringing the vibe from the Northeast is different than a lot of what's found down here. And also just, again, trying to network, shake some good hands, and make some good connections.
What was I going to ask? It just slipped my mind. What do you miss most about Boston?
Besides my dad?
Yeah, besides family. Nothing.
Yeah. I was meant to live here. I love this town. I've met some of the most amazing people.
Yeah.
Friendly, warm, people who just welcome you. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, I think, sometimes Naples maybe gets a bad stigma, like it's snobby or uppity. And of course you get some of that, but for the most part, the people here, the community is absolutely amazing. I know I'm blessed enough to have a great circle of people in this community that, you develop some great relationships and help each other. So it really is a tremendous.
And for everyone who has that stigma, it's true. Don't come here. It's perfect the way it is. We love it the way it is. Just leave it alone. It's perfect.
Yeah, no, it's good. Fun fact, a little bit
Fun fact.
DJ. I was a DJ. Did my time as a DJ.
What was your
DJ
name?
I was like the high school DJ.
What was your DJ name?
Back then I was at Timmy G, I guess. But I was like, the guy at the high school that did the dances. That was a cool position to be in back then. That was fun.
We all did that.
I had the PV-SP3 speakers. I had the bad.
My mom and dad bought me a set of PVs. Like, was one of the best Christmas gifts ever.
The PV amp that goes with it with the big horn.
Like 900 pounds.
What was like you know what? I kind of don't believe some of this when you go to buy speakers and they say they're 2,500 amps and all this stuff or watts or whatever.
It's all inflated.
It's because back in the day when you had like a 100-watt speaker, that was the shit.
That's all inflated.
It's kind of like horsepower too.
Everything's made in the same place anyway. It doesn't matter what labels on it. They're all made in the same factory. No, it's all good though. But DJing was fun. Setting up the equipment though, a lot of people don't realize, man, that. It's like everybody's,
like
just
podcast,
we take the podcast a little bit on the road. Like you're setting up, you just want to be on time, get everything set, and everybody's like having a good time.
I'm surprised you don't have a roadie as big as you are.
So I do. I have my company up in Boston. We have 24 employees. It's quite the operation, and we have headlining DJs. We have assistant DJs, people who are just doing setups, people who do photo booths, and then we have our photography and our videography divisions as well. So we have quite the operation up there. Down here, I'm still searching for the right people. I was lucky enough to walk into Blue Martini one day and notice a gentleman with a Red Sox hat on who happens to now down here be my business partner in our venture down here. I think Brian Marino. DJ Riffic.
Oh yeah,
my boy, Boston boy. So Brian and I are in this adventure down here together. Besides like my personal brand, building our 239 DJs brand down here, kind of that corporate AV and that wedding business down here too. So we're kicking that off and getting that off the ground. And shout out to DJ Riffic.
So I was gonna say shout out DJ Riffic. Yeah, we're gonna bring him on the live as well.
No, it's always good. And like you said, Naples really is not short of any locations and things like that and events. There's always something going on.
I've never seen a place.
Florida.
I've never seen a place where there is so much going on.
Always. Like I just know this week. I was just looking at the calendar for this week. Just something going on every day.
Yeah. And you know what's cool about Naples and obviously Boston and New England? When I honestly go back home, and I love to go back for short periods of time.
Sure.
You can drive by a house or a building that has been the same color, hasn't been painted, looks the same. Matter of fact, even the same vehicles in the driveway. It just doesn't happen in Naples.
Yeah.
It's like, and you go back there, and it does have a little bit of a depressing damper on it sometimes. I mean, there's nothing like Boston, though, in the summer.
I'm a big nostalgia guy,
great.
so I get that feeling. But so again, my primary business is there, so I'm flying back up almost every single weekend.
Are you really going up?
Thursday nights, I fly up. I fly up
Thursday.
Thursday nights on like that late flight to Boston. I'll usually gig Friday night, Saturday night, and then come back here on Sunday.
So you got that touch all the time.
It's just so I'm always there still.
It's gotta be pretty cool though. Kind of separates. And
no.
I just fly back for a couple days.
I don't want to be back there.
No.
I love it here.
Yeah, wow.
239 is where it's at. I don't want to leave.
Yeah, no, and I love it. How about the Celtics? They pulled it up big yesterday.
Wow.
Tonight's a big game.
Tonight's
they can even it up.
The game.
Game. Whoever wins tonight wins the series.
First two games, they didn't beat us. It was just it was
just
the worst two games we played the entire season, and they barely won. Yeah. So I had to
it's some confidence going into tonight.
Yeah. Shout out to our Celtics boys.
Yeah, Celtics. Yeah, and then just. Did you see Celtic City? The show is on HBO. You got to watch it.
I will.
I was watching it this weekend I binged it a little bit. Celtics, just so you know, 7 in a row, world championships, 7 in a row.
18 banners, guys.
Yeah, 18 banners. Yeah. So all these other dynasties, they're not really dynasties, except for the Patriots.
Lakers.
Yeah, but they're not even close. Ain't even close. No one's coming.
And the Bulls. Yeah. Repeats.
Did you hear me?
I heard
7
you,
in a row.
But
did you hear me all days of it?
7 in a row.
In the 50s?
Well, no, it doesn't matter when. Competition is competition.
There was no competition. Bill Russell was 8 inches taller than everyone else he played against. Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah, what about Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah. Never played against him? Yeah, there's competition.
Yeah, whatever.
Bob Cousy.
And the Patriots, they cheated a couple times.
All right, can we disconnect the microphone for a second?
Hey, can we take him out back?
49ers dynasty better than the Patriots.
We show him what Boston's all about.
49ers. Anyway. But yeah, no. But
so who would you put on the Mount Rushmore for Boston, New England athletes? Four guys if you have to put on there.
You really put me on the spot here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you answer, but like Brady and Bird, obviously.
Yeah, Brady, Bird.
Big Poppy, David Ortiz.
Poppy,
he's a friend of mine, so I have to give him a shout out.
Okay.
Yeah. Big Poppy is the man. Does so much for our community in Boston. His charity's amazing.
Yeah.
Really takes care of kids, sick kids in Boston. He's such a great guy. So shout out to Big Poppy. We love you, David.
Yeah.
Those three for sure. Who else? Bobby Orr.
Yeah. Bobby Orr's got to be there.
I'd love to say I'd throw Phil Esposito up there just because the namesake, but he's not gonna make it.
I'm trying to think who'd be there too. Obviously, you go back into Larry. You said Larry.
Larry Legend.
He's
a Naples guy.
Yeah, he is.
Naples guy.
He hangs.
I bumped hip up to him a few times at RSW.
I think Kevin McHale has a place.
I didn't know that.
Down here too.
Yeah, I never heard Kevin, but so Larry Bird used to come down here a long time ago. He's had a couple houses and golfs, and used to run into him quite a bit, even more so. But 35 years I've been in Naples. It's a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, amazing. Tell us a little bit about some more reasons why Naples, because I will tell you that just within probably the last 10 years, people are starting to look at Naples as far as like the younger crowd is even starting to like it. Because I mean, I see, because throughout my life, 35 years here, I've kind of really seen a lot of changes in Naples. And there was,
from what I've heard, it's lived quite a few lifetimes already.
Yeah. It's definitely perpetuated itself in the last 10 to 15 years as to where younger kids come down here and they even tell their friends that Naples
it's
is
a
cool.
whole different, 10 years ago, I couldn't imagine these Naples City Lifestyle events happening, it's just the scenery's just changed and these type of events. I mean, so really, would you say like the last 5-7 years, really?
Yeah, I mean, really since Fifth Ave started cranking, Mercado
came in like what?
2000. They started fitness. They actually right during the rough part. It was 2008, 9, and 10.
That's when.
That's when Mercado got here, and they built through it. The Luckards, they just drove through that whole downturn. It was like a big downturn, rough here in Collier County, and they just pushed through it. And then they obviously sold it. I think they sold it for $20-30 million in Mercado, and then there's businesses coming. We went to the new place,
Beeline.
Beeline. Yeah, I went there Saturday night. It was
really?
Friday night. It was awesome. Yeah, it was great.
One of very few bars. That
Yeah,
are in Naples, right?
Straight up
that don't serve
bars.
food. So
Yeah,
there's
straight
like
up
what,
bar.
just one other one? I believe it's only like one other.
Maybe
just
one
sidebar.
other one.
Maybe
Yeah,
the only other,
sidebar.
like,
Yeah,
license there.
Sidebars. Yeah, shout out to Marty.
Yeah.
Marty's
Marty's been here for a long time. Pelican Larry days.
Pelican Larry's, Joey D's.
crap.
Marty crushes with everything he does.
Yeah. Well, people like Marty. You walk in and Marty makes you feel like
he's the
part
guy.
of your play.
And he's a grinder.
Yeah.
He's in there, getting his hands dirty, making drinks, whether it's at Pelican Larry's, doing everything. So, it rubs off and people see it.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Lois. Good morning,
Lois
morning,
on.
Meredith.
Hey, Lois. I didn't see Meredith on. Oh, there's Meredith. Good morning, Meredith. I know. I don't know if your parents left town. I have been so busy. I've been wanting, but I do have shirts for you and Jim as well. So if you can get by today, or I can get them to you, I do have shirts for you. 239 live.
Tell us a funny Pat Dearborn story.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh boy. I'm assuming we got to keep it PG, so I'll be careful.
We could do PG-13.
All right, I won't go there.
Let me tag Pat. I know he watches. I don't know if he's on this.
No, Pat's he's been great
because he helped kind of blow up City Lifestyle. I believe, I don't want to miss speak here, but I want to say he was on the first cover when Greg took over.
I think it's going to be just before me, so I wasn't there for that part of it. But he's been super nice to me. Just coming in and meeting new people, definitely has introduced me to some great people. Has introduced me to our future new governor, which has been great to do one of Byron's events and kind of be kind of involved in that camp, which is awesome. So Pat's been great. We'll see more to come, hopefully. Yeah,
and shout out to our future Congressman Donald's. Got the chance to run into him Friday and talk with him for a little bit. So. Love Byron, love Absolutely. Team Donald's. Because if Greg Dodge is the connector, Patrick Dearborn's the ultimate networker, I guess, and also the mayor of Freedom Town, USA. And it is Monday, so I can talk. You can say Pat Dearborn. And I got to tell you, Pat is there a cap on when you can use his name? Is that like we kind of throw it out there every now and then. Okay. I didn't know if you had to pay a royalty or something. Yeah, that might be coming too. Might get an invoice from the Patrick Dearborn. But yeah, we do have this every so often. So we can Pat Jira go a whole show without mentioning Pat Dearborn? So we do that. Right. We do that contest, which is fun. It's fun to do. Yeah, it's called respect. Yeah, no. Pat, I got a big shout out to Pat too, because when I ran recently for a position here in Collier County, you did, and Pat was amazing. Like he stood up, and I mean we knew each other in the real estate realm. Sure. We knew each other. Is that how you met Pat? Kind of. Yeah, I mean we had some deals together, and Pat's just always one of those guys that's always been around, Collier County, and he's always, everybody knows him and everybody likes him and just great. But Pat stepped up big time for me, because he knew that the direction I wanted to take it would be the right direction. Sure. And, bring a lot more education into the community within the position. But just a great guy. He stepped up. I can't thank him enough for everything he did. And, and Pat's just like a fun guy to be around. He just gets so much energy. Yeah. He brings it in the room. Like when he walks in, literally. Sure. And then when Pat says that he's going to show up someplace, he can bring 100 people just like that. It's crazy. He definitely brings a crowd. Patrick's got a special place in my heart just because, you know, when I was going through my tough times, he was one of the people that was always there for me.
Love
So that's
Love
why
that.
I always
Love that.
appreciate that.
Chick could be in the house.
Morning. He definitely makes a presence when he walks into the room. He times it out perfect. Gets about, 30, 35 minutes late,
yeah,
you know.
Definitely a professional networker.
Yeah. It makes it.
And Pat, but the thing is, like, too, he's like a man guy. He's not afraid to, shout out and say, hey, I like hanging with this person.
Absolutely.
Or, he just likes to bring, he's a connector. There's no doubt he's a connector.
Him and Greg Dodge, two guys
and Greg's great. Always comes up and says hello. And
yeah, we got a good thing going with City Lifestyle. Yeah. It's definitely a great program. It's definitely something that's growing, and we're going to continue to grow that. And I'm blessed to be a tiny little part of that.
I was going to say, because it's already big and definitely successful already, but it just seems like it's still growing. It hasn't
Absolutely.
even reached its full.
There's so much room to grow it, not just with events, but with the print as well. If everyone loves the parties and loves to kind of hang out, but take a peek at the magazine itself. It's actually pretty good.
It is good.
It's actually pretty
Lauren
good.
Rossi does
And shout out to all of our sponsors and advertisers and people because they're who keep it going. So we appreciate that. And we'll see everybody at Estia.
Yeah, we'll see everyone at Estia tomorrow, 4 to 6, right?
Yeah.
4 to 6. Yeah, it'll definitely be a great event. I missed the one at the French, though, for Cinco de Mayo. That looked like it was a lot of fun.
We've got a special thing with our patio parties.
Yeah, Greg loves the French, too, so I know
Greg loves the
chance
French.
to go to the French.
Shout out to Marcello at the French, who is just instrumental in those parties. Something special. I mean, we throw a full-on dance party right on Fifth Avenue. It's something that just doesn't happen, except, besides people spilling out late night on from other bars. Like, we're throwing the party right outside in that courtyard. We did it with our white party a few months ago.
Yeah.
Cinco was a huge hit. We oversold the tickets. I thought for sure we were getting shut down. But the community's been awesome with it. People just show up. And I think that's the biggest part. One of my favorite things about this town is people show up. And if you have a cause or like someone's down or like people in this town show up, and it's something that I really love.
Absolutely. Yeah, we saw that when we did the cold plunge, and we were able to raise some money, and we're going to do a cold plunge part 2, just kind of on a whim, want to raise some money for charity, and next thing you know, just $5,000 on a whim. That's how I want to
throw my hat in on the next one of those.
Done.
It's fun.
I like to win. I like to win.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. Be careful with
Yeah,
I was going to ask you if you want May 23rd, right?
Yeah.
I confirmed.
Yeah, I think May 23rd. We're good. That's coming. That's actually next. Yeah, coming right up.
Friday after next. Yeah, so you're
It's fun. We do it right here. We got cameras. We put the,
Just realized Patrick Dearborn not only stayed in for 10 minutes, he did a minute underwater holding his breath
which
to
is
beat
brutal.
Show off.
Yeah, well, I know, but it's pretty impressive. I mean,
I love it.
I thought he was going to die in there, but you could tell when he got up, he wasn't sure where he was.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. I was like, "What the hell, Pat?" And then a minute underwater in cold water.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day I was just messing around trying to hold my breath for a minute.
I can't hold my breath for 10 seconds.
I'm like, that's one you just
pat him.
Yeah. That's
too much nicotine.
That's a machine.
But I'm in.
Done.
Let's raise some money.
Done.
And anything else like that too, wherever I can jump in and help. We get some good cause. We get somebody down there left who needs us. Let's do it. I'm
awesome.
In.
I love it. Done.
We got a few slides and a couple ads. If you could stick around just a couple more minutes, whatever. Go through.
I'm yours all day.
Yeah,
Let's go.
awesome. We have a blast.
The coffee.
I'm all day.
Yeah. So a couple things we want to go over is the military is big for us, right? So we got our military, and today, this month actually is Military Appreciation Month. And Lois, if I got that wrong, please let me know. But we definitely, I'm a veteran myself, but it's really about, thank you. It's really about those that are serving currently, and then those who have served in the past. Because without those men and women, we would be, we'd be in real rough shape. But I know that we have some people that really love our military here, and without further ado, with Mission Barbecue, let's talk about what they got going on. And Beth and Joe and all those folks over at Mission Barbecue. Today is actually Army Day over at Mission Barbecue, so make sure to get over there. Then you have the Marine Corps coming up tomorrow. That's going to be the Marine Corps Day. Navy's going to be on Wednesday, and Go Air Force and Space Force on Thursday. And then the Coast Guard will be on Friday. And then big Saturday lunch with the heroes is a great opportunity to get out there and, sit and eat lunch with really true heroes. I mean, they are definitely true heroes. So, just important to be there. In case you didn't know, we play a game, a funny game. It's got music trivia. So we got the DJ here. I don't think that you're not going to have a chance.
He'll beat me in that.
You are definitely not going to have a chance against him, because what you can do, you can stump Pat Gira and you will win. And I want to bring this up real quick. You'll actually win an option to go to either a T-shirt or a free session at Alamo, which is pretty cool. You go there and shoot at the Alamo. Scott. But yeah, so if you can stump Pat Gira, please let us know. If we'll talk about music trivia too as well. But if you can possibly give him a song, 80s song, is it just 80s or
80s or?
About 90s. What are you looking for? The read?
My clean and seal.
Yeah. I knew you'd gonna.
It got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, there's no doubt you're gonna fuck that one up. Told you to get it ready.
It was ready. It didn't save.
Yeah, it didn't save. So so the music trivia. So you get that. If you got a song, he can give you the name of who sings it. So I'm sure Jimmy can, rifle one.
Oh, I'm sure he'll.
So this is on the spot, of course.
Which is
I
good.
knew nothing about this.
I didn't want to play this with a.
And this is going to be the funny statement of the podcast, but 80s is a lost generation on me for music. I'm not a fan at all.
Really?
No.
What do you think's the best era for music?
Late 90s.
Late 90s?
Late 90s.
Like who sticks out to you?
My R&B. When I grew up, my R&B and hip hop guys.
That's right down my era, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Biggie fan. Like there was, like it just, I've seen him in concert twice.
Really,
something that like people.
Wow,
don't
not too many
get
people
to do.
can say that.
Yeah, but 80s is lost.
Did you like
on
Ready
me.
to Die better or Life After Death?
Oh, Ready to Die.
Yeah,
100%. His first album, the lyrics on it, the storytelling.
Storytelling's remarkable.
Insane. Something that's lost on today's hip hop. Although I have faith that we're gonna bring it back.
I don't think so.
I do.
Nope.
I've talked to a lot of young people that I meet just in this business, and they hate their music too. Mm-hmm. They're not on board with it. They don't get it. They don't understand it. And I think it's going to come back. It's going to take another generation, but it's going to come back.
Maybe, yeah. Because it went from storytelling to just, mumble rap and just rapping
absolutely
about.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Don't get me wrong. The producers are throwing out some really good beats.
The beats are good. Yeah, some of the beats are really good. Yeah.
Songs are trash.
Mom throws out a little Milli Vanilli.
What song? You got to name the song.
Yeah, she wants to know, Mom.
Blame it on the rain.
I didn't mean to jump on.
That's the one.
Blame it on the rain.
Who do you consider the greatest hip hop DJ of all time? Because obviously Jam Master Jay comes to mind, DJ Premier.
Probably Jam.
Yeah, Jam, because he was one of the first. And
although I will tell you, if you guys go back in any of my social, had the opportunity to interview some really cool people myself. So you'll find some surprises in there. So if you guys dig through and kind of and go through some of my stuff, you might see somebody. You might see one of those old DJs in there. I'll leave it as a as a little teaser in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's always good to hear what other people and who other people know, because down here in Naples, everybody knows somebody, and you never know who you're gonna run into. It's kind of wild.
It is wild. A nice.
Speaking of which, shout out to Renato Sweat House. We're going to do the cold plunge contest May 23rd.
Bone Thugs.
Jimmie Espo is in. So, funny story. I actually had the honor of having lunch with Steve LaBelle, who was Bone Thugs manager still to this day. We had lunch at the Turtle Club about a month or two ago, and he's the one that put together the session for Bone Thugs and Biggie for Notorious Thugs. He put that together. So
Bone Thugs might have been part of that one of the concerts I saw them.
Really?
Yeah,
I love
Providence
Bone
Civic
Thugs.
Center.
Yeah, legends.
We got a lot going on here, Pat. So you got music trivia. I don't know. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming up.
Blame it on the rain.
Joe,
Shout
on the radio.
Shout out Joe Pavich.
Joe Pavich in the house.
Joe, I tried to FaceTime you Saturday. I was at a house that you sold. Nice little house.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
Joe sold it.
Yeah, Joe sold it, of course.
Yeah.
It was
So,
house.
one other thing, too, on the Stump Pat Gyra trivia, if you know a football player in the NFL that's played from 1995 and up, or currently up to today's date, he can tell you what college.
Yeah, are you a football guy?
Randy Moss.
So Randy Moss went to Notre Dame, didn't qualify academically, then went to Florida State, got kicked off Florida State's team, and then finished at Marshall.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, exactly, Jimmy, exactly. I give him a hard time because I love him, but man, and then I say, hey, bring up the thing. It's like,
give me one more.
Oh, he just was the first one that came off.
Yeah.
I'm going to be all Patriots because that's the only thing I know.
Just that's more like 95 to 2000.
Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel went to Ohio State.
Vrabel. How does he know this?
3rd round pick, Pittsburgh Steelers.
John Hanna?
John Hanna, legendary. That you're
threw
going
that one
way
back.
back.
Yeah,
70s.
that was back.
I know he played for the Rams. I couldn't tell you what college he went to, but legendary guard.
John Hanna does a lot of stuff around the Boston area too.
He's amazing.
Charity stuff. And
Amazing.
does charity appearances. Super great guy.
Yeah, no, he's.
You a big House of Pain fan growing up?
I mean, I probably played the song 50,000
'Cause
times.
when I think of Boston, House of Pain.
Yeah, I mean, House of Pain, Marky Mark.
Mark,
that whole
and the
era of
Funky
music.
Bunch. Don't forget
Yeah.
the Funky Bunch.
Yeah, New Kids
I'll
on the
still
Block.
play
New
both
Kids on the
vibrations.
Block,
And
Bobby
ATV.
Brown.
Yeah. They
New
were
Edition.
Local kids.
Yeah,
New kids.
New
Yeah.
Edition, Bobby Brown.
Yeah, it's Boston. You know what's so cool about Boston? I mean, my daughter lives in New York, so I go there and visit.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right? It's brutal. Trust me. And then somehow I get suckered into a Yankees hat because I lost a bet, and wearing that was like the worst thing ever. And then, I was down in Puerto Rico wearing a hat because I kind of lost a bet. But Boston is like so. I don't know. It's a big city, obviously, but it's small city. It feels so cool when you just you go to the places you can get around pretty easy, and if you kind of like know some of the niches. I mean, you really have to know because
otherwise Boston is 1 hour away from Boston.
Yeah.
Our traffic is so bad.
If you screw up
Any
there.
bigs.
What?
No,
you screw up.
No.
Like
Boston
Chicago's
is built
gridded.
on old horse trails.
Yeah.
The streets make no sense. There are one-ways that don't connect to another road anywhere.
And you get in a tunnel.
Oh, forget it.
You're going to go off the wrong. It's crazy.
Yeah, one wrong turn, you end up in the Mass
Like
Pike, and you're in Springfield, which is 30,000
like
miles away.
Chicago is like you screw up, you can kind of get your work. Even New York
Makes
you
sense.
Just go to the next
streets
block,
make sense.
turn around.
Sure.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, no thanks.
Boston is like it's brutal.
I actually lived in Chelsea, Mass, for a year.
Oh,
yeah,
Chelsea.
when we came to
Chelsea
America.
by the sea.
Yeah, it was a little different when we lived there. I guess.
So I grew up in East, up in Eastie,
okay,
which is borders with Chelsea. So I had a lot of friends from Chelsea. A lot of good times.
Joe said he was in Nashville, so he couldn't.
They don't have.
I saw that.
They don't have telephones in Nashville. I didn't know.
He was in a loud spot.
No, yeah.
Like, hey,
he
Joe,
already had a comeback for that. Look at that,
Joe. I can see Joe. Let's do this. Pat Gyra.
Yeah.
It's loud in here, honey.
Yeah. Ignore.
Yeah, you got the end button real fast.
Let me tell you something. Joe Pavich. I don't know if you know this. Knows his hip hop.
I don't know Joe.
You don't know Joe?
No.
Oh, Joe Pavich.
Joe is a good
I feel like
guy,
I'm gonna meet him now.
He's a good guy.
He not only one of the absolute top realtors.
He does a little
in
bit
Southwest
of
Florida. He does a little. He sells a little bit of real estate. Just about $2 billion.
Oh, no big deal.
Real number. $2 billion in sales. But besides being an unbelievable guy, he is a big hip hop head.
Okay.
He'll call me and we'll talk hip hop on the phone for an hour. I'm not even joking. Debating.
I've talked with a bunch of places trying to get like a one-time hip hop night here. I can't get it sold yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And I'm talking about a one-time thing.
Like just a hip hop night.
One night,
like
or,
the Alley
or
or
like a
someone
cool hip hop
do
brunch. Alley's too small.
Too small. It's what.
We're gonna do it.
It is. Well, you'd have to do the outdoor.
We need it bigger. Or like even like a hip hop brunch, something totally different. We'll get there.
I love it. Yeah, we're
gonna get there.
Joe, let's make this happen.
We might
hip hop night or hip hop brunch.
Yeah.
And then real quick, because any chance I get to talk hip hop, I don't get to too much on the.
I shut him down quick.
You're Mount Rushmore for MCs. So 4. So obviously you said Biggie.
Number 1.
Yep.
Excuse me. Jay Jay's got to be up there. You're not a fan. I am. I think it's a combination of his lyrics and his voice. It just captures people's attention.
He's definitely up there.
I'm a big DMX guy.
Okay.
Big DMX guy. Again, same idea. Captures audiences, had a lot to say, and knew how to say it. I'd be stumped on 4.
Yeah.
Why don't you throw your 4th?
I would do.
Give me your 4.
I would do Tupac, Biggie, Nas.
See, I'm not a Pac fan.
Really?
I try.
But you're a DJ, and I've talked to DJ and music people. They said if they're going to a party, Biggie, but if they're driving their car and want to think,
that's fair.
More Tupac, and that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. When I drive my car, I have no music on.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because you probably don't want to hear any more music.
I don't want to hear anymore. Or I put my Simply Sinatra station on, and just that's my drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And number 4, just in case you're wondering.
Yes, I am.
50 Cent.
Ooh.
Love 50.
All right.
One day I'll tell you about the time hung out with 50 a couple times.
Joe's throwing in here.
Joe's going on there.
Yeah, pick the that'd be a great ultimate playlist. We could make that happen.
Joe's good.
Love Joe Pavich.
Joe. Hey, real quick, let's go ahead and let's get the opportunity while we can. We can pay some of the bills. Our one and only. Let's do it.
Let's give a big shout out
Becker.
To our show sponsors, Becker Custom Builders. Blake Becker and his team are always about luxury design, top-notch quality, and giving you the best experience imaginable. Becker Custom Builders are experts in building your dream kitchen, bathroom, or even making your outdoor kitchen area a reality. They will take your plain house and make it into a cozy, welcoming home. So if you're looking to upgrade your space, Becker Custom Builders is the only place to look. They've got you covered. Blake and his team have whipped up the studio in no time, and it's looking great. Remember, contact Becker Custom Builders.
Yeah, they have put the studio right in.
Vanguard Partners, a consulting agency built for service-based business owners. If you've been giving away control of your success to marketing agencies, coaches, or even your accountant, it's time to take it back. Vanguard Partners was founded by Bryce, a business owner who owns 3 service-based companies himself. He'll teach you how to generate your own leads, create offers customers actually want, and manage your cash, percentages, and key performance indicators so you're not stuck guessing what's next. Visit Now Trade Money Biz Profit to book a free call and get your business back on track.
This episode is fueled by Sweat, Smiles, and Torch Hot Yoga, Naples' infrared heated yoga studio located on Bayshore, just off 41. Whether you're seasoned at yoga or can't touch your toes yet, Torch has a spot for you. With 5 classes a day during the week and 2 on weekends, there's always time to get hot, stretchy, and maybe a little sweaty. But it's not just about the workout. Torch is all about community, connection, and that feel-good glow that sticks with you long after you roll up your mat. Plus, we've got awesome workshops coming up, so keep your eyes and chakras open. Come for the heat, stay for the vibe. Try Torch Hot Yoga today.
Yes, Hot Yoga, one of our new sponsors, and they have a
brand new sponsor.
Yeah, brand new sponsor. And unbelievable.
Tony Johns,
and they're going to be
Tony.
Tony is one of the most fabulous and amazing women I've ever met in my life. Awesome. And she's also just really befriended my fiance Lauren, like they've known each other for years, and just treated her like part of the family, us like part of the family. So she's wonderful. Her business is going to explode here. She's
going to be a staple in the community.
It's more than just how good and the teacher she's bringing in. It's her. And it's the way, it's how that she cares about people.
1,000%.
So absolutely, we've got something special with that.
I agree. And she's going to be on the cover. She is on the cover for the women's issue of Naples City Lifestyle.
Yep, and well-deserved, too.
Yeah, absolutely. You mind bringing up a couple slides of Jimmy?
Yeah, let's bring up some.
No,
are these old pictures from when I was a kid?
We'll bring it up. Yeah, looking good in the picture.
Always looking good in the picture. I don't think I've ever seen Jimmy not look good. Where's that at, Jimmy?
That was Naples Winter Gala at Jet One.
Oh, okay.
Yep, for Project Outreach. Great charity, awesome, great. They do a great job in the community too. So that's something that we do every year with them. I was lucky enough to pick that event up when I first got here. So we're 3 years in with that. Great event. Oh, there's the boss.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say who's the.
There's the boss. That's Lauren.
Yeah, shout out to Lauren.
Obviously, the better half.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Better half.
Looks like a Red State or Goated shirt.
Absolutely is. That was inauguration day.
Okay.
Good
times.
Nice. Yeah, good times. That's why I gotta stay in shape because I have to. I gotta fight off all the guys hitting on Lauren.
Right? Yeah, right.
She's always supporting whatever.
More than I could ever say in words.
How'd you meet her?
Lauren was living in Jersey, in Atlantic City, bartending at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
I want to call it the Trump Taj, but it became the Hard Rock at that point. And I was down there for a DJ conference.
Oh, okay.
She was bartending, and bar was dead.
Boston and Jersey.
She's a Southern Delaware girl, though. That's where she grew up, so she's a good Southern girl.
Okay.
Living in Jersey, making money, working there.
Yeah.
And we hit it off that night, hung out a couple times. I was sick of that flight, flying back down there. And I'm like, you're moving up to Boston, or this is that girl packed her car and moved up, and it's been no looking back.
And then you guys have been down here.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Robin Burke. Does she like it down here?
Loves it down here. And she fits right into great. That the another thing about Naples, the women here are so accepting of new friends, and they just build each other up and support each other. Like, you don't see that, especially in Boston. Mm-hmm. Everyone's out to get each other, get ahead of each other. Yeah. And the women down here, people like Tony, who have just taken Lauren and be like, we're friends, and that's it. And so it's been great, and I do nothing without her. That girl is the best.
Awesome. Love hearing that.
No, it's good. Real quick, I want to bring us over to
speaking of Tony,
just to Tony's ribbon cutter. We just ribbon cutting. It's going to be Thursday, March 22nd.
May 22nd.
Did I say March?
Yeah,
I'm losing my mind.
You're good.
May 22nd. Dates and times, as you get older, it's like they go fast.
Yeah, we'll be out there to support Tony. We're also going to do a shoot at her yoga studio, and you're more than welcome to be involved in that. We're going to get a couple guys together and go do some yoga and have some fun doing so in the process.
Trying it out.
I don't think anybody wants to see me doing yoga. I'm not sure.
Me either.
And Jimmy, this is hot yoga. I did it once before, hot yoga. Yeah. I thought I was like in my casket at my wake.
Yeah,
I know I'm dead.
Just the thought of it, I'm already sweating.
but that's why we got to go do it.
I can't bend, I can't do all, but doing these social media shoots, I get talked into doing crazy stuff and or interesting stuff. Sure. They got Botox done. They said,
get out of here.
Yeah. Let's do some.
We went a couple of weeks ago, and I think I maybe said this before, but we went to a really nice studio, and she wanted to talk to us about doing some social media stuff. So we said,
talk about that.
Yeah, so
they got a little interesting.
Yeah, so she's awesome. So we go there and we start talking, and we go, let's just kind of like walk through a scenario. Sure. Maybe me walking in, me sitting down. You just telling me, telling me how jacked up my face is. I need a lot of help. Next thing I know, she's putting the anesthesia on me, ready to freaking start.
She starts putting cream on him, and
my face starts getting numb.
A minute, and Tim's like, my face is going numb. What's going on here?
We're gonna do this right now.
All these needles coming out.
I'm like, no.
I'm gonna do a facelift on you.
She goes, you don't trust me? I go, of course I trust you. I said, I just need like 5 minutes.
Tim was so uncomfortable. It takes a lot.
Pat came in and saved me. I told her, so I'm not doing it.
And Tim doesn't get really uncomfortable. I've never really seen him get too uncomfortable, but you could tell it was not a pleasant situation. She just went back up. So I'm like, hey, he'll do it another time. But
saved.
Yeah. So,
she was fine. It's like I probably looking back, I probably should have took advantage of it. I need anything I could do to make this.
She's like, you signed the waiver. You signed the waiver. And Tim's like, I didn't sign anything.
I was acting. I was just acting.
I can always just envision my face being like, no, yeah, exactly. But no. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we run into a lot of those interesting things. And thank you so much, businesses.
Yeah.
Please let us know. We'd love to have you as a sponsor.
With Valentina came on the show Wednesday and invited us to do meditation and breath work over the weekend. Myself and Kevin went. It was absolutely amazing. And so just blessed enough to be able to meet these great people and do some really cool things. And shout out to Naui Spa. We're going to do another shoot this week. Mm-hmm. So excited.
Yeah, no, it's real good. So there's so much going on here. Let me ask you, Jimmy, what's a DJ do during the day? I just want to know.
What time?
You got the life,
you don't work late, though, because you don't do really, I shouldn't say you don't work late, but you don't do like late night.
Yeah, I don't do the 2, 3 a.m. type of party. It's more of the midnight type of party.
Yeah.
But, remember, we're mobile, so we're packing up, we're driving around. So it ends up being late night.
Yeah,
so early mornings are not my thing.
So this is early for you this morning.
Oh. This is
I want to get.
This is the earliest I've been up in a while. Besides having to get to RSW to fly to Boston for the early flight, this is the earliest.
That's when you're going to make money. When you come here, you're like, hey,
I'm not. Side note, I was super excited to be here. I was a little nervous. I don't know. I'm like, these guys can put me on the
You
spot.
gotta come on more.
I
You gotta
can't
come
see
on
you
more.
getting nervous.
I mean, I'm comfortable with this, right? Talking on the mic is my life, but
Yeah.
like, I'm like, I don't know what these guys think put me. I don't know what they're gonna ask me.
we don't put it.
I'm
we just
okay
try to have
with it
fun.
too.
Like I told you, we don't want to be scripted.
this is
we
great.
just want to get
I
to
love it. I
know
love
the
it.
person, and
Hey,
have some fun.
The hardest question Jimmy got all day today is, what do you do in the morning when you're a DJ? He's like stressing out. Like,
No, my mornings are, I usually get up before Lauren. I'll get a little workout in. Like I'll do our community is amazing. So we have like a mile and a half around our lake. So I'll walk the dog, go for a walk around the lake, just kind of like wake up.
Yeah, you're in a good spot.
And then the mornings are just kind of like getting online and running my business.
Yeah.
So I live here, but my business is in Boston. I have an amazing sales manager and a team out there who really does. I shouldn't take the credit. They do all the work. But I'm up just on the computer running the business in the morning, kind of organizing the week and the month and doing all of that stuff in the background that no one sees.
Yeah.
That keeps the business running, all of the fun and the music and the
When are you
lights.
going to take us up with you one weekend? I want to go up to Boston and get the inside.
I mean,
deal.
let's make it happen.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
And show
I
Pat,
need
like,
a road. I need a roadie this weekend.
I need a roadie. Yeah, I hook up the mics.
You know
I
your
run
stuff.
The thing.
You know your stuff.
Day in the life of
I'm trying to
DJ
do
Jimmie
this.
Espo.
Hell
That was
yeah.
a cool
Like,
shoot.
Hell yeah.
Jimmie Espo, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Boston is. I love going to Boston. It's great. That's great. Which flight do you take? You fly Delta? When you fly?
JetBlue.
JetBlue, yeah.
It's so convenient.
It's a perfect one for you.
There's like 5-6 flights a day, especially
Yeah.
during season. So
Yeah.
even if I have to change it, I don't want that. I just get on the next one or something. I want to go
That's
earlier.
cool.
There's always a flight going back and forth, and it's just easy.
Yeah,
they
that's
do a
good.
great job for all of the negativity around air travel and the different airlines. Everyone has a bad experience with everything. I've had nothing but great experience. RSW is the best airport in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're expanding it, which I'm like, leave it alone.
Yeah.
Everything
I
like
know.
Naples, leave it alone.
Well,
Don't expand it. Can you just leave us alone?
Well, Tim will remember before they expanded the first time. It used to be able to just like drive up and basically park right by the airport, walk on the flight. I mean, it was super
Yeah,
convenient.
I show up
Still is.
20 minutes before the flight takes off,
Yeah.
park my car in short term, and I'm on the plane. It's amazing. I love it. It makes me be able to live 1,300 miles away from work and it still make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you realize though, the funniest thing happened when I don't know, it's probably been about 15 or 20 years ago, they rebuilt RSW. So RSW used to be on the other side of the flight line. So when you look out the window, it used to be on the other side.
Okay.
You'd enter.
I didn't know that.
So and it was a nice airport. I mean, to our standards from up north, like I'm from Bangor, we got a little airport. It's international, so it's pretty cool. And then you got Portland, then you got Boston, and it was like nice. Next thing I know, they just tore that thing down. They built the other one, tore it down, and I think they're gonna obviously. I think RSW Fort Myers is going to be
Like another
a huger
Lauderdale
hub.
kind of.
And then I fly out of Punta Gorda sometime, right into Bangor,
flown
Maine,
out of Punta Gorda
which is kind of
before,
cool.
yeah.
Go to Nashville there direct.
Cool.
Is there one place in Boston you'd like to see come down to Southwest Florida?
No.
No restaurant or coffee place or donut place.
I'm probably the only person who's moved out of the north that doesn't miss anything about
Nothing,
it.
huh?
I mean, our food scene in Boston is like nowhere else. Everyone talks about New York and the food. Boston food scene is absolutely insane.
Mhm.
You can't. There isn't anything you could ever want that you can't find.
Favorite seafood there?
The restaurant or just to eat?
Just
I
both.
mean,
Like, maybe to
lobster.
go.
You just I don't want it shipped in. Like if I'm having
Right,
grew up,
right,
everyone's like, we're going for lobster. I'm like, we eat that. We
We
used to
go
eat
to
that every day. That was
it's
just
like a
normal.
tradition to go to the Union Oyster House, which is probably like a tourist.
It's the
place,
biggest
right?
tourist trap
Yeah.
in the city, hands down.
It's fun to eat the oysters while
Yeah.
they're at the bar there, but yeah,
we had this restaurant group that's COVID just kind of like had its way with. But shout out to my friend Nick Verano, who had this brand called Strega in Boston, and he had one heck of a run. Was probably the coolest restaurants you've ever been to. Just best food, always a scene, the prettiest people there. It's like you want to go and be seen somewhere. You went to one of those restaurants. I think things like that vibe and feeling are coming here more.
Yeah.
I think at least they're trying to.
What are some of your favorite spots in Naples? Obviously, the French, and I know you're going to say Ocean Prime. And
All of Vincenzo's stuff is my
Yeah.
favorite. So all of his brands, whether it be Bartoli or Mercato or the French, they're our favorites. And that's because the restaurant group and the people who work there know how to make you feel like home. And I think that is like the most important part. Forget the food. For me, I'm a service person.
yeah,
You make me feel comfortable and you make me feel warm and invited. I don't care if your food's okay,
You can make up
I'm
for
coming.
it with the
I'm coming there
service.
because you're making
I
up with the
agree.
service.
Yeah,
And
when
that's
you
a
walk in and somebody walks over to your table and they greet your family and they don't forget you, that's huge.
That's the
huge.
whole
Yeah.
cheers
Yeah.
idea of
Yeah.
where everyone
Everybody.
knows your name. I'm sorry, that's lost on
I
on
agree.
a lot of hospitality.
Yeah,
you don't
totally.
see it in places that you should see it.
Yeah.
So it definitely their stuff is my favorite. OP is it's just where you go to have fun. It's the greatest people watching.
And they
in
check the
country.
boxes because like their food is really, really good, but the ambiance and the service is always phenomenal there. And that's how I gauge it. You know, I managed restaurants for a good part of my lifetime, and I always made sure to get to know the regulars' names, what they're drinking, what
Of
they
course.
like, stop by the table. So I definitely can back you up on that being, part
It's
of
the most important part, and I hope the newer places coming here, they're beautiful, they're big, they got this new vibe. I hope they get that you have to keep that hospitality and that warm feeling, or the people in Naples aren't going to love you.
1000%. Can you say chowder?
Chowder. I know that's what you wanted me to say,
Chowder.
but that's not how I say it.
Chowder. Yeah. Park the
Where-
car.
where'd you
the
park your
Harvard
car?
Yard.
I've learned for years, speaking on the microphone, how to kind of tuck down Boston just a little bit, but you give me one tequila and it's over.
Jimmy, when you call home to your buddies, right, it goes right out the window. When I call home to my buddies, I'm going to start talking.
I just don't have to turn it on, so I can just leave it alone.
It's like, I like talking to my buddy on the phone, and we act so silly. We're like, because I think I've kind of lost my accent, but when I go up there for just a couple days, I'm already talking like a Maina, and it's like, and we even got a little edge on the Boston people.
Yeah.
But yeah, New York, Boston.
The Boston accent gets a bad rap, though, guys. The movies that they make in Boston,
It's funny.
we don't sound like that. They make
Marky
the women.
Mark
They
does.
make the women sound so just
Unappealing.
Unappealing.
Yeah. Great transition. I was going to ask you favorite kind of Boston, not theme, but based around Boston. Because when I think Boston movies, The Town, Departed.
The Town.
The Town is a phenomenal movie. Yeah, right?
Mystic River.
Whose car are we taking?
I like
Mystic River was that's a powerful movie.
Yep.
It was really, really good, but I could not watch it a second time. It was really, really tough one to watch.
What was the one where
Black Mass was good too.
Black Mass was good.
that Wahlberg did with the bear Teddy? Was it Teddy?
Ted.
I thought that was the greatest.
I've never seen that.
I love you, Tim, because this is ex-police, ex-chief of operations. We're talking about serious movies.
I like Ted.
He throws in
And
the
Ted
teddy bear.
brings in
Well, yeah,
Ted.
because guess who did a little cameo in there?
Who's that?
Tom Brady, baby.
Yeah, he did.
Tom Brady. Couple of them. That was funny.
It was a funny movie. Of all the movies, Ted. I love you, Tim.
Yeah, hey,
Don't
I take some people to jail and watch a little Ted at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't expecting that from you, but
no, there's like tons of good Boston.
a lot. Yeah, absolutely.
Boston ones.
You ever see Black Mass? Johnny Depp played Whitey Bulger freaking to a T. It was scary.
Trying to think of some other ones. This is just a lot. Everything.
Yeah. Everything Boston.
Yeah, Boston. The first time I went to Fenway Park, though, I was like, wow, this place is old. But that's just
that's the point.
It's the whole awesomeness to
Still
it.
have obstructed seats.
Oh yeah,
behind
you
a
like
pole.
bring a pole right there. I'm like, hey, why did they give me this seat?
You want that seat?
No, it's great. It's great. I go to the Garden last year, and it's just unbelievable in there. Obviously it's not the same as the old Garden.
It's not the same.
But
the original?
Just amazing. Yeah, no, it's original.
It's
Yeah,
the original, but
yeah,
it's held up pretty
same
well.
floor,
all these
same
years.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, same floor. Parquet.
Okay.
But they were talking about it on that. You got to watch Celtic City. They were talking about the floor and how that whole thing actually popped up. Whoa. We got police. We got police. We got police going on here. We got all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
Tim's
shuts down.
dashboard
Did Tim get a new
About an
toy?
Yeah, new toy.
Tim's
Yeah, I'm trying to
dashboard cam
figure
figures
all
That
this
thing,
stuff out.
I know they
40
can't see
patrol.
this online, but that thing is nasty.
Yeah,
I'm a
it is.
technology guy. I
It's-
don't know what that is, but
thing's
I want to
amazing.
play with that later.
Yeah, you can control your whole world with
I'm
this.
talking about the
Yeah, I was gonna say pause.
Sorry.
Pause.
Let's not get twisted. here.
Pause.
But the parquet, they would say.
Tim, well,
that-
you'll be happy. Your Tesla stock is.
Yeah, Tesla's going through the roof today. It's going to be going good. She's walking. She's going, okay, did I park in the right spot?
She did park.
Yeah, she did. She parked in the right place. She's good. She's solid.
Still unsure.
But what's great-
I don't know.
What's great about it, She doesn't have to move. Do you want to tell her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just come on in.
I believe they're talking about our next guest. Is that right?
Yeah, the next guest. Okay. She's outside. We've had dinosaur T-Rexes walk by here just to mess with us.
Yeah.
While you're live on. Yeah, while we're on our live. We just had that last week. But the parquet floor, they were talking about like a board would go bad, they'd just go ahead and replace it. And then they talked about the dead spots on the floor, about how other teams said that the Celtics, the player, they know where to go, and Coach Red Auerbach's like, we didn't know where the dead
just like the footballs were deflated.
Yeah, right, exactly. So it's so cool. So cool to some of the things. Looking at the camera, we're live. We got Julia, Julia in there. Good morning.
You know, Jimmie Espo, I know you're connected with Greg Dodge too, Julia. City Lifestyle.
Yeah, City Lifestyle and
239 DJs.
239 DJs.
Yeah, I didn't know you were with Riffic.
I needed someone when I got down here. The first thing was to hunt for like, I need some people. How do you pass up the killer DJ who wears a Red Sox hat? I mean, when you're from Boston, that's what you look for. And we hit it off right away. He's become part of my family. He's one of the most wonderful people. He's awesome. A very genuine person. We hit it off well, and we're gonna do some fun stuff down here. So cool. We're just ramping it up and just getting started.
I just saw him. I hadn't seen him in years and years and years. At the was the Ascent?
He was there. He was there for us for another one of the great. Greg's awesome events.
That was an awesome event.
Brian is killer people.
Yeah, we'll have him on the 239 live too. So we'll let you get back to bed, even though it's probably going to be hard after that.
I think I'm going to go cut the grass. Honestly, I got to go get some yard work done.
What does a DJ do in the morning?
I got to get some yard work.
It's like yard work. It's like deer in the headlights. I'm like, that's great. But yeah, so. Good times, and guys, always welcome.
I can't thank you enough for
it's a huge honor, and I always see you looking cool behind the ones and twos. So to have you on the other side and talking with us is a big honor for us, and can't wait to see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll have some fun tomorrow night. SDA, you said 4 to 7, Naples Lifestyle Magazine launch party. We always have a good time, and make sure you guys, if you guys haven't been or you're not part of Naples Social Club, check it out. All the links, I'm sure you'll have them on the site, but we can make sure we get them to you. But thank you.
Can I get a shout out on the mic tomorrow?
Of course,
my man.
Shout out on the mic. I've got to be doing a little bit of teaching tomorrow, so I want to be there. But thank you for all you do in our community as well too. Been here a while, 4 years. Just getting there, the adjustment going.
I think you've become a Naples native and part of the staple of the community.
I'm working on it. I definitely want to be. I definitely want to be part of it. Where Lauren and I aren't going anywhere. This is home, and this is going to be home for good. So we're very blessed to be here. So very happy, and thank you guys for having me.
We're blessed to have you, my friend.
Shout out to all the sponsors who made today happen too. I know that's a huge part of it. So I want to make sure that we always thank those guys who come in and make this all happen. So thank you all.
Absolutely.
Yes, we love it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, in the house. Yeah, but no, so pretty cool though, right? Having Guy moved down from Boston. Patrick's still not buying into this Boston thing too much, but we're trying to get him there. But it's pretty cool to have him. So that's good.
Very cool to have him.
Yeah. And it's always good to have a DJ on your side.
Oh, absolutely.
But no, and then we'll get Julia come on up. Yeah, whenever. And but it's awesome. And we got a lot moving parts. So we're here, and we're trying to get everybody on. So if you're not on, make sure to share, like, and listen. This is a place to be. Tell your friends, jump on. We're live, and it all goes good. These guys are over here communicating. Come on, we get Julia up, and
welcome.
Yeah, we gotta. You can get her headsets ready, and then we'll get her on. I'm going to pull that cord just a little bit to get that slap. See the cord, Patrick, the other one? The actual mic cord. Yeah, pull it up. Just kind of get it a little bit so it's not pulling.
And you can just talk in the mic, and we'll get you.
Yeah, we got you. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the studio.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, look, you're live. Millions of people right now.
Well, couple hundred, maybe 1,000, but they're all local. And in all seriousness, this 239 Live, I mean, we really in the last month have really, kicked it in, and the power of the community. We reach, some shows get about 2,000 views, but it's local people and the networking aspect of it, the stuff that comes out of it. Example, Valentina came on the live Wednesday, invited us to her breathwork meditation session. Met you there because you hosted. That's right. And just the relationships, from the sponsorships and networking is amazing. This 239 Live, it's really community-based. So pleasure to have you on. And I know you're a realtor, luxury realtor, among other things, and you want to talk about some of the other things you do?
Of course, amazing. And actually going back to the story of the community, and then that's where I met you at the Gray Manor where we hosted this.
That was a nice house, by the way.
Thank you so much. It's for sale if anybody's interested. It's
20,400
square feet. It's for sale right now. Has a bowling alley, if I have a chance to say that.
I didn't.
Bowling alley.
You didn't show me that part.
Well, come over for a private bowling party.
Done.
Amazing. So I go back to your page, and then I see so many members of the community there, so many familiar faces. So it's true that you guys combine everybody all together. I love that a lot.
It's pretty cool. It's awesome. And we just talked about how Naples really is a special community, the networking aspect of it, and the relationships that come out of it, the business opportunities and the relationships. It's really cool because out of the Valentina coming on Wednesday, we do the breathwork meditation session, which was absolutely amazing.
How did that go for you?
Really good. And just, I know Kevin really, got a lot out of it as well. And then get to meet you and get you on the live. So it's great how that works. Vaughn, we're going to have you on a little bit. Vaughn's got something he wants to promote. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Vaughn in the house. Yeah. But
so it's pretty cool.
But it's
and then come to find out, Joe Pavich sold that house too.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out Joey Pat. I don't know if he's still watching.
Joe's still spending the money from that one. So yeah.
Kevin, we got put up the bowling pins. We got invited for a bowling.
Yeah, you can see him there, but it's a little bit bowling.
Kevin's also invited.
Yeah, Kevin. Kevin's a great guy. So
Kevin's my right hand, or I'm his right. We yin and yang. So
yin and yang. While we got Kevin up here, Kevin just popped up. We definitely need to make sure we give a big shout out to Kevin.
Let's give a shout out to Kevin.
And you want to run that through? And I know we can talk a lot about it anyway, but let's just talk about curb appeal.
Yeah, Clean and Seal Curb Appeal. Elevate the elegance of your home with Clean and Seal Curb Appeal. Premium brick paver sealing enhances color, adds lasting protection, and delivers a polished, upscale finish. Clean and Seal, bringing timeless curb appeal to your home. So I know you have a lot of listings and sell a lot of houses. If you need to, get the curb appeal tighten up, give Clean and Seal Curb Appeal a call. Kevin Wilkinson, one of his few businesses.
Amazing, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and in real estate, curb appeal is it, right? When you sell real estate, that one of the very first things when you go to a listing appointment, you walk up to the house and you're like, okay, there's some things we need to do here. $12 million houses to $500,000 houses, $300,000 houses. Just a little bit of maintenance out front can really make a big difference when you sell a house. So I know you know that.
That's correct. I'm also in business, also flipping houses.
Oh, you do?
That's right. So having Kevin's connection would be really helpful. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We'll get your name up there. How can they find you, Julia? How can, those folks out there that might be just interested in?
Thank you so much. You can find me on Instagram, Julia Gray Official.
The official Julia Gray.
That's right.
You're the official one.
Yes.
Okay.
Julia Gray, official.
And that accent, Ukraine?
I am from Ukraine,
yeah?
Yes, thank you.
When did you come to the States?
It's been a while.
Been 15
years.
15 years?
As soon as I was able to travel, I was 18. I was out.
Yeah?
I came to America just for summer, and summer's still going.
So it's been a long summer.
But it doesn't really, it's not, you can hear it, but it's not very strong. You've done,
Thank you. I worked really hard on it. I went to college in America.
What college did you go to?
It was in New Jersey when I lived back then.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied interior design. That's why I'm in business to flip houses. When I come in, not just the curb appeal, but everything, as soon as I come into any space, I immediately see what has to be redone. what has been freshly
Sure.
redone.
Because you are also interior designer. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's got to be a plus or a luxury because you have the eye. What needs, and you could do it yourself basically. How many listings do you have roughly right now?
Just right now, I have 2.
2, but I know you have one big one. And if you want to give the address on that one, and if people want to take a look at it and reach out to you.
So the big listing that I have right now is the one that's 20,000 square feet. It's at 13323 Rosewood Lane in Naples. It's located in Quail Creek. Really nice community.
Great
really
community.
Hard that's right. Really hard to get in right now with golf membership. I think it starts maybe at 100,000 right now to join. But anyway, the community actually has really low HOA fees. Highly recommend. It's really nice and pristine. And it has a gate guard, which is really safe.
Gated community, great community, one of the nicer golf courses. And the clubhouse has really, really good food too. Actually, I've eaten at Quail Creek a few times, and it's one of the best country clubs for food and Sunday brunch. So definitely an awesome community.
It has been freshly renovated. They do a lot of events too, like for Easter, they have Easter egg hunt.
I had an Easter Sunday brunch. I ate there for Easter brunch a couple of years ago. Phenomenal.
Amazing. And generally speaking, our community, not just in my neighborhood, Naples community is really safe. Did you know that I used to be a volunteer at the police department for fun?
Where? Which police department?
In Northport. That's where I used to live.
Okay. I was going to say, because Timmy G, ex-Collier County Sheriff's Office, Chief of Operations.
Yeah, I retired after 31 years at the Sheriff's Office.
I actually have seen you at one of the Realtors.
Safety.
That's right.
Yeah, I do the safety courses for NABOR. Yeah.
We were beating up the Bob.
Oh, yeah, we do this. Yeah, we do that. Yeah, that's fun, right?
Yes.
That's good,
So
good
much
time.
fun.
JT has a shout out. JT Thompson. And then also, real quick.
And Tim put the address on there.
Yeah, I put the address for your thing. And then also, Lois is looking for the number for Kevin, from Kevin. What's the number at cleaning? Kevin,
if you want to put that up in there, or I'll connect.
We'll get it to Lois. Lois, thank you so much. You do so
baby.
much. I know you got some cookies. We delivered to those to you the other day. We'll do it. We have to do a little video on that too. Yeah,
I got it. Yeah, it's a little busy week, but I'll put it up. Yeah,
no, so those cookies are so good.
The cookies are good. The protein,
protein bites. Yeah,
good for you.
So yeah. Little bit about real estate. What do you kind of sell? Pretty much everything? Are you high end, or because I know I kind of do a little bit of everything, but kind of my I should say my clients. A lot of them are fire, police, school teachers, things like that. What do you kind of was your like your niche, I guess?
Thank you so much for asking. I actually started with doing Airbnbs.
Oh, okay.
So that had given me so much knowledge in property management. Then they were mine. They were in Siesta Key. They were doing really good. And then since I moved here, we had sold them, and we actually went into commercial real estate.
Wow.
So I'm familiar with that. Or anything that basically brings you money. So that's right.
That's a good thing, right? I'm not the same way, right?
So we are in business to make money. We want to get
at the end of the day, right?
Properties that make us money, whatever it is, commercial real estate, maybe it's investment properties, property you want to flip, property that you want to just buy and rent. I know what to do. So
I like that.
That's what we do.
I know what to do.
Yeah.
I love the confidence, but I also love, you could tell she's from Europe, the manners. I love that. Yeah. Fellow European. Czech Republic. In
real estate right now, we're seeing a little bit of a trend. We're going obviously from a seller's market to more of a buyer's market. Buyers have more options, and when I say that, you have in a community now. I remember there was like 2 or 3 listings. Now you have 20 or 30 listings in some communities. So it caused a little frustration for some of your sellers. So you have to just keep them informed and let them know what's going on. And it's a roller coaster ride. Yeah. But it's a good one.
Naples is a bubble. And Naples is always going to be a sought after destination too, especially as more businesses, restaurants, and all kinds of things move here. So I think Naples will be just fine.
Yeah.
I agree. So with that being said, it's perfect time to buy.
Perfect time to buy.
It's a very good time.
Yeah.
Every day is a perfect day to buy, because everybody's like, well, what do you think the market's going to do? What do you think the house is going to go up, going to go down? I personally think there'll probably be a little bit of adjustment even left, but yeah, it's ready to go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
Someone
it.
put you on the spot because, people call me a jerk and whatever. Patrick Dearborn or Joe Pavich?
I actually don't know Patrick.
You don't know Patrick Dearborn? Is that possible?
Yeah, not everybody does, but
What?
But now she needs to meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe if you want to come out tomorrow night to the Naples City Lifestyle.
Is Patrick going to be in town?
I believe so. I think he just got back in town.
I'll be there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Patrick Dearborn is definitely. Good morning.
Kevin put good morning, sunshine. Kevin put the phone number up there too. Yeah. Clean and Seal Curb Appeal, 239-877-2293.
Yeah.
So give Kevin a shout.
Give Kevin a shout. We got Clean Seal Curb Appeal. So it was good. Now, when you go to a listing appointment, let me just ask a couple of little questions. Kind of know some of the softball questions and answers on these. But when you go to a listing and there's things that you know that these people need to do, how upfront and comfortable are you with telling them what needs to be done as a real estate professional?
On a scale 1 to 10, 3,000.
Yeah, you tell them straight up.
You have to have it fixed.
I can see you blunt too. You don't pull any punches.
I always tell them, I say, listen, here's what I would do. And then it kind of like, because they always ask, they want to know. But people have different tastes, though. You've seen some.
It doesn't matter. If your lights are out, they have to be fixed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Of course.
And the house that we were at Saturday was just immaculate. You could tell you had your finishing touches on it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you. I think you're not going to have trouble selling that prime piece of real estate.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
The house was a dream.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about this house.
Can I actually tell you about my dream?
Yes.
Back in the day before I even knew this house existed.
Okay.
I just dreamt of living in a 15,000 square foot house. I actually, by the way, back then didn't even know that was a thing. I thought
15,000.
15,000.
People have no concept of how big that is.
But this one is 20,400.
Get lost in that.
Yeah. When I saw it originally, I'm like, there's got to be a mistake. It's got to be 2,000. There's no such thing as 20,000 square foot house. The house that I'm in right now is it. Mm-hmm. And actually was originally built by Gallianas. Do you know who they are?
Mm-mm.
They have Galliana dealerships.
Oh, Gallianas.
Yeah. That's right. So that was their house. They had their initials imprinted in the gates, in the doors, in the mosaics. It's been featured in magazines. And back then when it was just built, it was the first house that size in the Collier County.
Really?
It's a really big piece of history.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now, how did you get the listing? Do you own the house? Oh, well, that helps.
I didn't want to answer for you. I didn't want to answer for you. Yeah.
Yeah, we went in. It had to be fully renovated. It was original design, and it was built in 1991. Was finished, and everything was really good shape, but just dated. And we went in. We lived there, and then just everything had been redone. We're talking everything, like the roof, the windows, the doors. You name it, the whole 9 yards. Everything had been redone.
So it's fully renovated,
100%.
ready to go, move-in ready.
Yeah. Move-in ready and ready to host many parties.
That'd be a great place to host parties. Yeah,
events.
I want to go see it because I've never been in a house with a bowling alley. I mean, me being a broker or a broker associate and realtor, I need to know. I need to see this place. Absolutely. I need to preview it. Right? I need to preview it. Yeah.
Maybe we could do a fun little event there, host an event, fundraising and network and have some fun.
I'm actually very open to it.
Okay.
I thought while I have the space, when I use it for good cause, I was already thinking about having some kind of fundraiser in there, and here you are.
Let's do it.
Do you have?
I think we could bring some people together.
This is a joke, but you have the internet right there. You get internet. She's laughing.
We have to have extensions.
You got. I can't even imagine. How much extensions you have in there. So now. So you got fairly reasonable HOAs. I mean, you might want to say this, but what's like the electric in something like that run for like a month?
Actually, roughly. Overall was all the bills, about $1,500 in the bills.
Wow.
It's really not that much.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean,
And if you're moving into a house like
AC.
that, you're probably not too.
You're not worried too
about,
much about what it is. But there's a reason why people can afford these types of houses because they look at things and they understand how finances work. A lot of our athletes that have tons of money, they jump in this stuff, and before you know it, they're trying to bail on it because they get in over their heads.
It could happen, yeah.
Even though we'd like to have an athlete, come by your house, that'd be great. Or anybody, really.
Yeah.
But anybody wants to. Now, what's the listing price right now?
$18.9 million.
18.9.
That's about what in your budget?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go grab it. No, but I'd love to. That'd be really neat to do like a live event.
Could do a live. We could do a pop-up podcast fundraiser. Kevin says he's in, so yeah, we'll come up with something.
Amazing. I have hosted many events there,
Mm-hmm.
and when you have about 50 people, you still don't feel cramped.
Yeah, you could probably have 500 people in there and move comfortably. And that's just in the living area. I mean,
That's
that place
right.
is huge.
When we had the last hurricane, I have hosted 16 people at my house. Everybody had sleeping spot, and nobody was in anyone's way. You didn't even know anyone was
It
there.
was there, yeah. I'm sure.
Check this one. Lois writes, I used to live in Quail Creek in 10,000 square foot house. 10,000. She goes, I never saw the back 3 bedrooms except twice a year.
All right, Lois.
Just to make sure they were there. Lois.
Well, I see you, Lois.
Lois, yeah.
Lois,
order us some cookies.
Lois was ball. It still is ball.
Guys, actually, this is no joke. I do have some rooms in which I have been maybe handful times in 4 years.
I believe it.
Really?
Yeah, why? I mean, yeah.
Among all of them, it's probably a sauna. I have a sauna at the house.
A sauna, a bowling
You
alley.
don't go in it too much?
No, are you kidding me? It's 100 degrees outside.
So I got this. We just had Jimmie Espo. We'll have Jimmie Espo DJ it. We could do a live pop-up and a fundraiser there. It's gonna be the
Pat's got all of his friends.
Yeah, we'll have everybody. Yeah, we'll get you plugged in. Of course. Got Pat Dearborn there.
Well, you got to definitely meet Pat tomorrow night.
Show me Pat tomorrow.
I got
Amazing.
like to be
At
able
Estia.
to go to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great place, Estia too.
You been to Estia yet?
I haven't.
No, new Greek restaurant.
Yes, I've heard about it, and I also heard that it's hard to get in.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got in on one night, but it was when it first opened, so it was wasn't too bad. We had made some reservations, but I think it's pretty reasonable,
especially now.
Yeah. What's your favorite restaurant in Naples?
Sales.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
yeah.
speaking of which, great
we're going
transition.
there.
Yeah, I got. I don't know if I put that actually in there, but we're going to be
I think
doing
we
a
do
food
have it
tasting
towards
there.
the
Got
back.
invited by Velcro personally, so excited about that. May 21st.
When?
Yeah, May 21st.
Yeah, I think we had it in there. I'm not sure if we still got it.
Yeah, I think I put an article there about he's
here
actually
we go.
this is a different one, but he's opening up. Shout out to Velco and his wife. They're going to be
Omakase place.
Yeah. That's going to be
Amazing.
extremely private and unique, and a French restaurant as well.
Yeah.
I go with my best friend to New York, and every time we go there, we go to Omakase place. And we were just thinking about how nice would that be if we had that in Naples. A few days later, we find out that they're opening one.
Everything you think of comes to fruition, seems like.
Yeah.
The power of the mind. Must be the breath work and
All the
meditation you do,
meditations
Valentina.
I've been doing, that's right.
I see.
It definitely doesn't hurt, does it?
And let's give a shout out to Valentina to talk
Valentina.
about that. How many of those sessions have you done, and how'd you get hooked up with Valentina?
Tell us a little bit about what it is, because some people didn't see it, maybe.
Yeah.
The very first time I went to her event, it was a Posh Mama event.
Oh, okay.
You guys familiar with that?
They do.
They do their podcast here at our studio.
Amazing.
Yeah, Emily.
So that's where I met her for the first time. But then after that, she's been doing her events at Shangri-La Springs, and I've been attending that. And I'm kind of familiar with what that is. First, we started with just meditations, but then it just keep adding on to it. They're adding the sound bath, and they're adding the hypnosis, and now they're adding the breath work. So whenever you do breath work, you kind of release any stored emotions and traumas in your body, and you'll be surprised how much you actually carry with yourself daily.
Yeah.
So all of that just helps. Just release it. Once you do, you're literally free from that. You don't have to carry anything you don't have to carry. So anyway, I've been doing that, and it's been just amazing.
How many of those have you hosted?
At the Manor, there's been only two, and you have attended the second one. But we can keep hosting.
Let's do it. I love it. I know me and Kevin definitely got a lot out of it, so we appreciate being able to go there.
Yeah, go back a little bit and tell. Valentina does these sessions, and they're mostly driven with breath and music, correct? Or noises and sounds.
That's right.
And basically these sounds, repetitives or whatever they may be, hit and direct to your central system, right?
Yeah.
Nerves, brain, all that stuff. And then these feelings and trauma and emotions and things like that come out. For me, it's like totally like, that ain't going to work for me. But I need to be open to it, right?
Well, clearly you haven't tried it.
Right? No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I'm like this. I'd be in there looking around like, okay, what's going to happen?
Well, you have a mask on, so you're relaxed.
So different sounds.
That really makes me feel.
So different sounds make different vibrations.
Right.
And when you're submerged in the sound, it kind of makes you vibrate in a different ways. And different sounds, they vibrate differently, right? So on the different levels of your vibrations, there's all kinds of different levels of you, actually. Anyway, I highly recommend. Come to the next one.
I totally get it. I just, not like I don't, but it's like hypnosis. I have a hard time. I think I don't know if I could go under. You have to totally submit to basically saying, I'm going to do this. And I don't know.
Get out of your comfort zone, Timmy G.
I know.
If anything, go there for the bowling.
Go there for the bowling.
Let's just have a bowling party.
Yeah.
Let's have a bowling party. It's a little bit fun, too. That's a good time.
So we'll get Vaughn here on in a sec, but anything you want to plug, promote, mention, besides the beautiful mansion listing that you have?
Yes, I do want to mention one more brand that I also model for them.
Okay.
It's called Skystruck.
Okay.
It's shout out to my beautiful friend, Skylar Porter, and her brand, Skystruck Shoes. She has these fabulous shoes. They're just bringing attention anywhere you go. You just walk on the street, not you, me. I walk on the street, and everybody's like, wow, nice shoes. Yeah, it's Skystruck. So we love Skystruck.
Where can we see them? Where can she come in? Is she local?
Absolutely. She is.
Let's get her in here.
That's right. We should bring her in.
Yeah.
And her shoes are just amazing.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to get her on. What's her social media tag? What's her Instagram?
I'll get that.
Okay, no worries.
That's a Skystruck.
Yeah,
Skystruck. Skystruck. Okay.
Well, now what kind of shoes are they? Because like women are so like shoes, and some guys. I have a couple pairs of shoes and things like that, but women are like shoes are like huge for them.
These are luxury heels for women.
Okay.
They have feathers.
Okay.
They have sparkles. They're just, you can see them across the street.
You obviously don't have them on now.
Not today.
But I'd like to see them.
Absolutely. I'll wear them tomorrow to Astia.
Yeah, I know we'll be there, but that's okay.
I'll take pictures.
We'll catch up.
You.
Yeah, we'll catch up. Yeah, on that. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm
Pleasure.
so honored to have you in here, and anything we can do for you guys, and hopefully we get that house sold.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much.
See if I can get a buyer.
What do you want to commission on?
Yeah, of course. If I get a buyer, bring a buyer. Yeah, you gotta get the right person for it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Get the right person for it.
Somebody
do you really want? This is like a part of you that's like you don't really want to sell it.
Thank you so much for asking. I guess I have unveiled that in one of my meditations that I was hanging on to that.
Yeah, no, but what? Okay, so if you do sell it, what are you gonna do?
I was just gonna stay in Naples.
Yeah, but where?
You need to stay. Don't leave.
Do you have a community or area where you have in mind where you want to move to?
I do like a particular area of town, not the specific community.
Okay.
I like Pine Ridge and Airport. That sounds really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
Pine Ridge Estates.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Those are good. That's just some great land up there. But yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yes, you guys been great.
Thank you. You as well. Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you. We'll get
her voice is good. It's so soft spoken. It's good. We'll get Vaughn on. He's
mannerisms?
He's running around out there.
He's making deals, making moves. We kind of played phone tag.
And we'll get a couple little selfies. Yeah. And
there's something he wanted to promote. We didn't confirm, but obviously Vaughn's always welcome.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Get him on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, she can say yeah.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you
Have
so
a good
much.
day.
Tell him to come on in. We'll get him rolling. Yeah, Vaughn's out there. He's out.
Vaughn's
yeah.
running around. Vaughn, get off the phone.
Yeah, I think Vaughn. There we go. Together for a purpose. I see that. Yeah.
What's up, my man? Come on, hop
Vaughn,
on.
you want to roll in?
You
rolling in
confirm.
hot?
I didn't know if you were coming, but you're always welcome, my brother.
How you
hop
doing?
On. Headphones. Don't be shy.
I'm not.
I know you're not.
No, I'm not.
What are we promoting? What do we want to get out there today, Vaughn?
Oh man, we want to talk about our organization, Together on Purpose.
Together on Purpose. Okay.
We have an annual what we call a trunk party.
Okay.
And the trunk party is where we provide. I actually bought a trunk for you guys to see.
Okay.
It's filled with everything that a kid would need in a dorm room. A lot of people don't realize that Collier County students have a lot of first generation.
You want to bring it up here?
You can open it up
and show it, so I can bring it. I can put it on camera.
Oh,
we got a handy cam.
Hey, you guys are equipped with everything.
Yeah, we try to do it right over here. We try to do it right. Yeah. But look, just like right there in the middle would be so perfect. And then flip the lid. There we go. So let's do the handy cam. Check this out. Let's see what we got.
So this is everything that a kid that we believe that a kid would need to survive in the dorm room.
Okay.
There are a lot of kids here that are first generation high school grads. So we found out that, well, not even found out, we realized that if a parent didn't go to college or they don't know anything about the experience, they definitely don't know what the kid needs,
of course,
to survive while in the dorm room. We provide, that's a pillow, believe it or not. You see that's a pillow, right? We make sure they have everything: blankets, sheets, towels, cups, bowls, toothpastes, toothbrushes, all type of hygiene. Some of them have clippers in them for young men. Feminine products for young women, because this is their first time being away from home, and there's no mommy in college, right? And we didn't want anybody to have
the embarrassed or I know you get up there and then shoot, I didn't realize I needed this to live on my own.
And what happens is it's a deterrent from focusing on what's important. You know what I mean? I was that kid, so. When I went away to college, my mom didn't even help me fill out the financial aid packet. I had to go to someone else and so on and so forth. I didn't know what I needed. I got all my clothes.
Look at that.
Wow. I got everything that I thought I would need.
Well, you organized that quick. Whoa.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's live. Yeah.
So that was that was my experience. So around the time of the pandemic, I was working with a group of young people out of Palmetto Ridge High School. And of course, the pandemic hit, and those kids in that 3 or 4 month period while we were locked down, some of those kids had 7, 8, 9 scholarships to go away to school. But they didn't feel that they could go away to school based on their parents not having, like, they lost their jobs, they cut their hours, things of that sort. So we hurried up and we got a list of what we thought they were going to need, and we went to the community just like we still do today. We went to the community and asked for help. In that year, I think we did like 80 trunks.
80 trunks.
And it was like, now we only do 50, right? Because that's a lot of chaos. We weren't able to rent a venue because we were in what it was, lockdown or whatever.
Yeah, COVID lockdown.
COVID lockdown.
Yes.
So we had to do it in an outside venue in July.
Okay.
It was like 199 degrees, but we had the time of our lives. We rented a park, and we used the entire park for the event, and it became a success. And now those first group of kids, are actually active. And
that's awesome.
Helping us with this. Even though some of them no longer live in Collier County, they come home to Collier County to participate. So I wanted to share this because I love coming to hang out with you guys.
Yeah,
we love it when you come in.
You know what I mean? Because it's always a good time.
We have fun in here.
But I just needed this to be out there.
Yeah, no. As soon as when you were texting me about that, I said, "Yeah, come on the live whenever you want, and help get that out there," because I know you do so much in the community, and we obviously have a special bond too over something. So anything you ever need, I'd love to get out there for you. So how would, if someone wants to help, donate? What's the best way around to go do?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, come on. Come.
Yeah, and plus I'd like to be able to
As a matter of fact, why don't you come on?
Go through this,
I'm going
and
to do a
then
little
maybe
video for you
maybe
guys.
like show some of the different items in there because we can kind of see them. We're kind of like, yeah, we kind of got this set up here.
Put the headphones
Yeah,
on.
yeah, so you can kind of hear us and see us. Sorry about that.
This is the president and co-founder of Together on Purpose, my lovely wife, my bride. We celebrated Mother's Day together yesterday, and we did something super unique that we had never done before, and that's stay in, right? We never stayed in. We're always looking for a restaurant. We're looking for, things to do to fill the day, and it was just such an awesome thing. Like, I ran her a bath.
We can see, Pat. I don't know if you can do that. So maybe, kind of put them up. There's good spot. Yeah, can maybe just tell us a little bit about what's in each one.
So basically, we call our dorm starter kits trunks, and what we have in the trunks, we have the bedding. I'm looking at my list too.
Yeah, it's hard to keep everything up there.
So we have our bedding for the dorms that they would need for their dorms. In the storage, we also have the comforters, the sheets, some pillows. We have the underbed storage containers that they would use in the dorms. We also have some hygiene items. We have the towels, the sheets, the caddies.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Toiletries, everything you would need.
Yeah.
And also we do kind of specify based on the student.
Sure,
they complete their application because not everyone is going to college. Some of them are going into the workforce. Some of them are, getting ready to start that adulthood, maybe moving out, getting their own place. And so we help them through that process. We walk them through that transitional process.
And believe it or not, this isn't even half of the stuff we do.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is, in terms of like actual products, like there's probably $300 worth of products for the kids. Last year we had a company gave us some type of facial soap. Like it was the soap, then it was the conditioner, then it was overwhelming. These boxes, this is a small one, right? This is the one that this has been with us for 4 years now. We don't give this one out, right? But the ones that we give out
are even bigger than you.
Oh my, you can't close it.
Wow.
You can't close it. So now there's a laundry bag that goes with this, and it's like a backpack, a book bag, and it has all of this stuff in it because there's only room for that stuff in the container. They're estimated, they run about $500 a piece, and I want to say there's like $800 or $900 worth of products in here.
Wow.
Again, we want the kids to come back to this community and be vested in the community.
Sure.
And understand that, hey, we, the community, support your efforts to do the right thing. We've dealt with a lot of kids that are from the lower socioeconomic backgrounds, and I'm sure you've come in contact with those in your former life.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
So to be encouraging and help them to understand that this is a community that not only gives, because anybody can give, right? There's a guy on the corner right now with a sign. Somebody's giving him something, or he wouldn't be out there. But to know that this is a community that wants to support your great efforts, not your lower self. You know what I mean? So it became really, how do I say it? It's a labor of love for us, right? Because our organization has transitioned from actually even having any kids programs, right? We're more in tune to the workforce development because we believe that families who can support their kids can afford to help their kids in these ways, right? So we've gone on, but we won't let this go. We're not looking for we're always looking for partners to do it with, but we're not looking to pass it on. Sometimes in nonprofit you say, hey, we've outgrown this initiative, but we'll give this to you and we'll help you out as it goes.
Right.
This is something that we love to do. And the greatest part is we partner with a company out of South Florida. Say their name.
Lenstall?
No.
Which one?
Out of Miami.
Oh, Tournaments of Champions.
Tournaments of Champions has an event at the Ritz-Carlton every year for the last 15, 18 years, something like that. And they heard what we were doing and say, hey, this is the perfect venue. So now not only are we giving great things to these young people, we're also giving them the Ritz-Carlton experience, right? So before that, I had never stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. I've gone, I've hung out, but to stay is a whole nother experience,
Sure.
right? Now, it's not important that her and I stay. It's important that my grandchildren stay.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I want them to see what it's like to be on the other side, to be, on the upper echelon side. It gives them something to hope for, to dream for. So having these young people experience that, sit down with and have a meal at the Ritz-Carlton, sit down and talk to professionals, whether it's a realtor, whether it's a plumber, whether it's anybody that can sow into their lives as it relates to their college experience. So we do like a hour and a half like panel, and the panel
workshop readiness.
It's a workshop. It's a workshop that helps them to know what to expect when you walk through the doors. This is what it's going to be. All right, you need to go to financial aid. You need to have these documents. You need to have your mom or your dad, whoever files for you on taxes, fill out. Like, they really give a step by step. This is what it's going to take you to get through week one. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing. It feels great to be involved and to see not only what we're giving in the responses of what we've given, but to see how people are coming back, because these were kids when we first met them.
Yeah.
Now they're adults.
Yeah. How do you identify? You may have mentioned it, but how do you identify the kids? How do you identify the kids that
well, we
they're
have
going to get the kids?
We have relationships with nonprofit organizations throughout Collier County, and we ask those people, because they work with these kids on a day-to-day basis, and definitely Collier County schools. We have relationships with people at those schools, and they recommend. And all it takes to qualify is not even their diploma, because if they're graduating, if they've been accepted, they get an acceptance letter.
Right.
They get an acceptance letter to the school. Truthfully, the person that refers them knows their situations, so we don't want to like tap into and make anybody feel bad. So it's just a conversation between two adults. Hey, I got a kid. Coach Fritz over at Laley, Coach Garrett Hall over at Naples High, Coach Guy over at Golden Gate High School, Dr. Etienne over at Palmetto Ridge.
They identify those.
They kids, identify them, and it's kind of like, because we're not trying to make anybody feel.
You don't want to showcase these kids that are they got kind of a tough. And they're getting some. Yeah.
And these are great kids. Right. These are great kids. We just with our construction trades class, we have a kid that just graduated from our class before he graduates from high school. So he has a NCCER certification in electrical. Like, I double salute this kid, because he was going to school, doing everything that he needed to do in school Monday through Friday. That's a rough one, right? And then on Saturdays, he's with us training, right? That lets me know
that's amazing.
This is somebody that really wants something out of their life. In the midst of this kid starts what do you call it when you sell stuff online? Drop shipping.
Drop shipping. Yep.
Okay. We watched him make his first $200, right?
All right.
In a month and a half, he had made $4,000.
Wow.
He says, this is more than my mother brings home.
That's exciting, right?
You know what I mean? So just to see that, it keeps us engaged. It keeps us involved. Yeah. And, there are kids out there that want to be great. They want to do things that they couldn't have done just staying in that same situation.
When you identify some of those kids, let them know, because we're looking, just so you know, we're looking for some kids that want to maybe help produce and help out with the show. So let us know.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, if we got some kids, bring them in. I mean, it might be a little bit of a get up a little bit early, but the people we meet and the things you see, and we can throw in some things every now and then.
Connections that they'll make are priceless.
Yeah, it's great.
Are things that's incredible.
You can't put a price tag on it.
You can't. I wish that I would have had a mentoring program or someone to say, hey, you come work with me, instead of doing the things that I actually engaged in.
Yeah, but look at you now.
Yeah, but it took some it took some turns.
Preaching to the choir, brother.
It took some turns. You know what I mean?
Took many turns.
I was watching you when you were interviewing the young lady, and I'm like, man, my dog got a gift for this stuff, man. Like it's really a gift, right? And it takes experience. It takes time to build those things up. Like you didn't just start.
No, if you
right. But this is natural for you. And
thank you. I appreciate it. And one thing out of this, I said, it was actually funny because I spoken to Eric Green like a week prior to running into you, and he said you should really consider using your platform to give back and help other people. And I said, you're right. And then, we got a chance to meet you. And then we did the fundraiser for the Minds Over Tumor. So I'm just trying to give back as well because, I've done a lot of bad things in my past. So I'm just, whatever I can do to help a community or help someone like yourself who does tons of stuff for the community. I'm blessed to have the opportunity with Tim, and we're all about giving back. And you mentioned Coach Fritz, Lely High School, the best high school all time in Collier County. Tim.
I used to be the deputy a long time ago at Naples High School from 1992 or 93 in that time frame to 97. So I got a little passion for
trying to hear
Naples
that.
High.
We know,
but
Lely,
I do like Lely though. Spent a lot of time down in Lely and good kids, in the manor and whatnot. But so it's great. Marco Island kids from Marco, there.
It's cool. They're great people everywhere.
Yeah,
great people.
And
absolutely.
Unfortunately, some people will judge based on the community or whatever.
But Lely's the most. Even when I went, it was the most diverse high school. I think. Almost in the state. I mean, we had a flag for every country. Student was from that. They had my
student union, the
Czech
international.
Republic, they had it was at least 50 flags up there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And as I look back, like my son graduated from Lely. And
I know he played a little football.
Yeah, just a little bit. He played a little bit.
Yeah.
He played a little bit. He was an undersized, oversized running back and an undersized linebacker, and he excelled.
So was Comer. Comer was an undersized linebacker.
I actually played basketball with Comer last Sunday.
Okay. Make sure you tell Comer I said what's up.
Yeah. I played with him and I don't want to say his brother's Vincent. I want to say his real name. I played with him and Vincent last Sunday. They play Sunday, Mondays, and Wednesdays at like this private gym, which now that I'm older, I can no longer play on the hard court. My knees hurt. Yeah. My back is sore, but playing in the gym is a little different. So it was cool.
And shout out to, of course, Matt Paul, good friend, fan of the show too.
Yeah, Matt is my guy. I talked to Lo a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I see Lo at Bible study every Tuesday morning. Let me see if I get Matty on the phone. Let's see.
I see Lo every day, or he lives in my community. So
okay.
I wave by.
Yeah, you got to clean that up a little bit.
Good people.
I think Lo we have insurance with Lo, right? We have homeowners insurance.
Yeah, and he's got 2 kids graduating. I think he had 2 signs out in front of his house. I'm like, yeah, all right, graduation.
Yo, Matty P.
What's up, dude?
I got you live on the air. I got Vaughn in studio. We're trying to tell Timmy G about Lely, the best high school in Collier County history.
Yeah, wait, this is bad timing though.
Okay. You didn't have to answer, my brother.
I know it's you though. It's you.
I appreciate that.
Hey, give me a call, champ.
All right. You too, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Good at live radio.
True friends right there. Always answer.
That's a testimony.
Live radio.
Larry, Matt, Paul, Blake, Tim, always answer. No matter.
I try to.
But
Hey, sometimes not answering, just a quick text. Hey, give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, I said call you right back. I used to do it with that. Call you right back. Yeah, sometimes call you right back, and then you forget.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I just realized this morning as I was walking, not walking in the door. We got stuck in traffic. I didn't account for the school, whatever, the school zones. And I'm like, oh, shoot, we're running late. If you look, I text you.
You did.
But I realized that I didn't respond to let you
you
know that I was
confirm.
pulling in.
Yeah. But like I said, you have an open invitation anytime you want to come on.
It's great
schedule
to see
permitting.
you guys' smiling faces
absolutely.
in here. But
yeah.
Real quick, while you're up here, we're just gonna go. Can we go over? Pay a little bit of.
She actually donated. She was our
pay
first
a little
donor.
bit of.
So say that again, Vaughn.
So Lauren Maxwell was our first donor.
She's amazing.
I called her and asked her. I said, "Hey, Lauren, is it okay for me to, name drop?" She was like, "Absolutely. Whatever we can do to get this facilitated and get these kids what they need, I'm on board." She's been maybe 3 years now.
Lauren Maxwell is amazing. Does so much for our community. Her and her husband Dan Colwell,
great guy.
Yeah, cool people. And the thing is, I haven't talked to Lauren for, let's say, a year from like last year this time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And she answered. She said, "Hey, okay, I kind of know what it is. And you can come stop by the office, pick up the check, but also use my name if it's going to help facilitate you. By all means, use my name." And I had never asked her that before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And she was definitely on board, so it was cool.
And that's awesome. And Lauren does a ton of stuff in the community, and it's great that she said use my name so she can help get it out there. But I've heard stories of Lauren doing stuff for people behind the scenes and saying, "Don't mention, I don't want credit for it." Whether it's buying someone a bed because it got flooded in a hurricane, like she does absolutely amazing work.
Let me give you this,
yeah.
And she's probably gonna chop me across the throat when she sees
you.
Me.
Don't want Lauren on your bad side, so
right.
Be careful.
The little Spitfire. So the year that we started doing this, we had some kids show up that their parents were out of work. And we decided that we were going to try to take them school shopping. They had just opened up the country. We decided that we were going to take them school shopping with the remainder of what was raised. And it would have probably gotten each one of them a pair of pants and a couple shirts. So somehow Lauren gets involved. And Lauren shows up and tells the kids to go get what you want. Right? It's about 14 or 15 young people.
Yeah.
You hear me?
That's it.
We get to the register. Remember, we have funds that were left over from this event. It was maybe $1,300 or something like that. Lauren, we run up a bill that was, I kid you not, as tall as me. Right? She was like, she's looking at the kids' baskets. Where are your shoes? Wait, you didn't get socks. He does, like, she's literally doing this, right? When we get to the register, and Lauren tells me as I'm going in my pocket, she holds my hand down and she passes her card across the.
She does so much.
That's awesome.
And it was like, I know she's gonna and this wasn't even something that our organization was. This was a sporadic type of movement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She said, "Hey, gotta go," and she waves as she's passing by.
Looking,
like, no pictures.
Yeah.
No, she didn't want anybody to say anything about it.
Yeah.
And it was like, when people have hearts like that, it works.
It's genuine. Yeah. She wants to help and give back. I know she does a lot for the kids out in Immokalee as well, just some of the organizations and stuff. So definitely an absolute blessing to have Lauren Maxwell and Dan Colwell in our community.
Do you know Kelly Capolino?
I do know her. Real estate.
All right,
Kelly,
shout out to Kelly, right? I know you guys like to give shout outs, right?
Yeah.
So Kelly is actually one of our board members.
Okay.
We call Kelly Make It Happen.
Yeah.
Right? Because we find a problem that we think that's a problem, and we put it on the table and we show it to Kelly, and it's never a problem. It's like, oh no, we call Junebug, we call Tommy, we call Mary, and everything will be okay. Right? Yeah. Kelly Make It Happen is like, I can't even express how much she's done for the community. And again, just like Lauren, just to see that it's done.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. You know what I mean? And she's done like tremendously above and beyond. There are times where I've talked to Kelly on situations that she's like in Italy or somewhere, but she's still communicating to see, hey, did you connect? All right, tell him I called. I said, hey, I'm in Italy. I'll do. So it's the small. It's a huge thing to us, maybe, but they're small things to giants. You know what I mean?
1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's the kit. That's the kit they put together for the kids going away. Amazing stuff you're doing.
So,
we appreciate
I
it.
might have missed it while I was putting it. What would be the best way if people wanted to contribute or donate?
The best way is I'll go into this podcast and put a link.
Okay.
Because there is a link that,
and we'll put it up. I'll make sure the website.
And you can also visit our website. It's togetheronpurpose.org. TOPINC.org.
TOPINC.org. Okay. And I got an idea. Maybe I'll go buy a trunk, and then we could keep it in the studio. And if people want to drop by and donate stuff,
that would be great. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Chickabee. She just basically she said she'd answer, but you never call. So remember when you said
about Matt?
About Matt, I got good friends.
I got you. Sorry.
Yeah, you're in another place.
Yeah,
it was just funny. That's why.
Yeah, I was like, did I not take her call or something? What did I do?
Yeah, no. She's just saying, I know you would, Chickabee.
I know.
And we're still on the hunt for a T-Rex. Not sure who's responsible for that, but
someone, by the studio last week. But,
oh wow,
yeah. But Tim, being ex-police, he had all the surveillance.
Yeah, we got it all taken care of. Yeah, we got a really good idea of who it might be.
You're not gonna run up on.
I'm not sure who it is, but try it again, and we'll
just one more time, right?
Yeah, just one more time. Yeah, no, we have a good time with it. So good time. Really, real quick, can we get this couple of these sponsors done? Knock them out, just because obviously we want to make sure we get and take care of our sponsors. T Clinics, Jeff Delaney.
Absolutely.
A little bit about that.
Big shout out to Jeff Delaney, T Clinics. Not only a sponsor, but I am a member of the clinic. Proved energy, attitude, mood. Trying to get to the gym more. I'm getting there. Got a good workout in with Kevin. So want to definitely give Jeff Delaney all the stuff he does in the community, and Nuviva Weight Loss. Another great company of Jeff Delaney's, and I don't think she'll yell at me because she mentioned it on our podcast, but Lauren Maxwell went to Nuviva and Jeff Delaney, so he's got some unbelievable clients.
Yeah, no, they're amazing. And then obviously you got Paradise Lights, holiday and outdoor, not just for your holiday, but your outdoor lights. They have done a great job.
Lois's house.
Lois' house. And Corey's done a great job. Corey Adams.
Yeah, Corey Adams.
We had some pictures of Lois's house, which we probably have them. I can maybe bring them up here real quick. Let me see if I can get an image of Lois's home, because Lois, actually, I think I took them off. So yeah. So
we'll post them on Wednesday show. We'll get Corey back on before Memorial Day, because he's doing the giveaway for the veterans, and he's going to be involved in the cold plunge contest as well.
Yeah, so it really makes it good when you got good people, and he's doing a big thing for our veterans.
Yeah, up to $5,000 and free lighting for a veteran.
Real good, and those are going to be identified. And again, it's not just for Christmas; it's all year round. So we appreciate that. But
as a matter of fact, I got an idea that we could maybe talk to Corey about doing too for people.
Cool beans. Cool.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. But I think we're pretty good. We got the show going. Great show. A lot of good information. Thank you so much for coming in.
Julie.
And Julie.
Jimmie Espo.
Yeah, Jimmie Espo. And it's just
flew by.
And a lot of times, like I said, we look at the show and we're like, hey, listen, how can we improve? But the real thing is, anybody that really wants to get their word out, anybody who wants to let people know what they're doing in the community, that's kind of what we're about. And we have fun doing it, right, Pat?
What did I say to you this morning? I said, we joke about this live, and then sometimes we're hard on ourselves because the views and this and that, because, we get anywhere from, 800, 2,000. So sometimes, as a business standpoint, you judge how many viewership you're getting. But I said this morning to Tim, like, it's amazing that the impact we've already kind of had in the community and the opportunities that came of it, the networking and stuff like this today. So we're just grateful to be a part of the 239 community and getting out there.
I think I saw you on from a remote podcast. You had my main man on, the faithful.
Bernard. Bernard. At the kitchen, the mini bar.
That's my guy.
Yeah, man. Bernard's a good dude.
He is more than just a realtor.
He's
really active in the community. I don't know how he has enough hours in his day to be able to accomplish all the things that he does in a
He's from the D.
But hey, I'm from Miami, but sometimes you want to slow down.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes you want to slow down. Yeah,
getting it, and the thing is too is once this is played, you know, who's watching live is one thing, but people go in and
it's
watch.
amazing because
like
we go out and
see
people
it later on, and
people quote the show, and
I don't usually get a chance to catch you guys live. I usually get a chance to
go
revisit
back
it later.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Like my 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning is really 7 days a week. It's really already popping and locking. But I may catch it at 9 o'clock in the evening. So
yeah, we noticed the views go up later in the day too. So we're definitely grateful for everyone who tunes in, watches, and support our sponsors because they obviously help the show going. So
yeah, and then we're gonna look at maybe fluctuating some of the schedule. I mean, being consistent is good, but I think a lot of times if
might do like
people
afternoon,
see it shows up, and
or
we just
drive
want to
home
because morning's been getting up every morning,
5 in the
rolling,
morning, get up,
getting rolling, but. We just have such a good time, but hey, this is so fun. I can't tell you.
Go from 5 in the morning to 9:59 at night. And you can figure out why, and you can figure out why 9:59.
Absolutely, we do go pretty crazy. Yeah, we do go pretty crazy when it comes to it. But we enjoy it, so it's good. And then a lot of times, like I'm over here trying to get the buttons fixed, you know, get them straight. So, but we have a good time with it. But yeah, so we're getting ready to rock and roll, get it out. This is. Relentless Hope taking us out. So what we do is we do a little bit of a. Everybody asking what they doing down there. There we go.